Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
$50 million for condoms.
And I guess Hamas
Why?
was using them as bombs.
Why?
Is it to cut back on the amount of baby terrorists?
I guess so.
Oh, you know what? You might be onto something.
Yeah, but
there.
how many Hamas are strapping on a condom?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes it feels better.
You say sometimes a condom feels better?
Sometimes. I didn't say every time. I'm sorry. Strike it from the record.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
It's a full house. January 30th, 2025. The baby face in here today. Not to be confused with Patrick Tuttle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what your last name is.
Yes.
Just gave you your W-2. Lummy.
Hello.
Seth Kushner with a brand new battery.
Yeah.
Macho Man, I think, is getting less freaked out, and Brad, I think, his freak out level is, always kind of similar to what Macho Man's is, because they're back there, that's the engine, that's the engine room back there. That they're the one that keeps us on the air, and I think that their problems of getting us on the air, the computer issue they have, I think we're still on backup, but we're okay. Macho, am I right? We're still on backup, but it seems like you're less stressed about it, and you got it. It's seamless and not a big problem.
Correct.
Oh, thank you, Macho Man. Oh, yeah. Macho Man, did you grow red hair? What's going on, bro? So, Seth, how did the new battery situation go yesterday? As of yesterday, you had a battery that at first we thought it was your battery, but then Macho Man jumped you. And I'm sorry, used jumper cables on your battery. He didn't jump you.
Yeah.
You both might like that. So I'm just saying, he jumped you, and then you went out. Was it Tuesday? It was Tuesday.
Yes.
You went out after the show to start your car, and nothing. Dead Willie.
Yes.
And so Macho Man says, I think Bubba's got some jumper cables back in his little whatever back here in his carport. Well, he couldn't find them, but Merch Creek knew where they were, so he got a hold of Merch Creek. You guys got the jumper cables on there.
He was kind enough to give me some juice from his Mustang.
1,000. Think about this. That will be probably the only time that your Ford Hemi is jumped by a car that has 1,000 horsepower.
As well, it should be. I felt, like I said, I felt bad stealing his horsies and his juice. I
got a question.
Yeah.
Does and maybe Brian might know about this, although he's probably whoever's the most car savvy. Maybe
yeah, me.
Hold on, maybe Macho Man. But if you got a Tesla, do you have? I don't think you have like a standard car battery to start your car, because the whole floorboard is the battery, and so I don't think you have like an external battery with a positive and a negative cable for. What I'm saying is, I don't think Teslas are good jump buddies.
No, they're not designed for that purpose.
Yeah,
they're
so
not recommended.
You can't jump off a Tesla,
No.
but you can jump off a Shelby. You can jump off a Ford GT 500.
So apparently a Tesla can jump off of you, but you can't jump off of it.
Right. Well, but how are we gonna? How is our little 12-volt battery gonna be able to put enough power?
You ready?
into it?
You ready?
Yeah.
Open the hood. Remove the maintenance panel. Connect the red positive to the red positive jump post. They have jump posts.
Okay.
Connect the black negative cable to the negative jump post. Turn on the external power supply for 20 seconds. Disconnect the power supply. Open the driver door and wait 2 minutes. Ensure the vehicle is able to shift into drive, and then replace the maintenance panel and close the hood.
I sent you a video.
But what does that? How much does that get you?
I sent you a video on what you're not supposed to do, but the Tesla guy is showing it.
Yeah, because you got to charge the whole battery on a Tesla. Like, if you're jumping off a car, you're just using it to crank the car. And
right, just to get it started, and then hopefully your alternator has enough juice to keep it at least running. So that was Seth's problem. We'll get into that momentarily. Let me watch this video real fast because I never even thought about that. Brian, I'm sure when you were a little bit heavier, not as nice of teeth, just poor person from Pasco County who doesn't know where he really came from, adoptive parents. But you probably had a crappy car, and during your lifetime, although now you're rich and you have car warranties and you don't have to worry about cars breaking down. But for us other people,
is that the standard for rich now in America? If your car's under warranty.
Hold on. Let me just tell you this: the only people that got that's in this building right now that have car warranties are you and maybe Macho Man. And Macho Man, I don't know if are you still under warranty with your Ford? Yeah, kinda.
Well, he flaunts it in our face too, Bubba.
Yeah.
He's like, my
nobody,
car's under warranty. I'm never gonna have any problems.
I did not flaunt it. I was asked what I do.
Hold on. Health insurance and car warranties are a luxury amongst rich people.
Neil Mount Plaisir, $20.
And none of us. I don't have a. Lummy, my truck's out of warranty.
Oh, yeah.
Seth, your Ford Hemi's out of warranty.
Oh, yeah.
God knows Tuttle's hand me down from his dead father's F-150 who needs a new exhaust. It sounds like literally straight headers.
Can you help him with the exhaust, Bubba?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because I told him that
I wanted to go to a pull-it place and give them the part, and they wouldn't put on my.
Hold on, I need to know what year your truck is.
Okay,
I might have when I put my K&N exhaust on. I took my entire exhaust off of my F-150, and it's at the racetrack. So
you just kept it there just in case.
Well, yeah, it was all aluminum, and it had.
They wanted
I mean, you want it for just in fear if I was ever going to sell it and they didn't want that K&N little throaties, I could put it back to stock.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like almost if you put new wheels on your car. So a lot of people keep the stock ones in case they're going to sell it, or you know what I'm saying.
Why were they charging me a disposal fee for hazardous material with like the EPA?
You mean for what? Your muffler?
Yeah, and stuff.
The catalytic converter.
Oh, damn! I didn't.
Yeah. So hold on.
Regulations.
So Brian, I'm sure that in your poorer days, you maybe have had to jump a car or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I know how to do it. It's not hard. It's not rocket science.
Right, hold on.
For those of you who've always wondered, can you jump start an old truck like this from a Tesla? This is the Tesla Model 3. Let's find out. So first, what you're going to want to do...
Looks like Rhett's bigger older brother.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Looks like Brett's brother. Looks like Rhett's brother that played, Power 5 linebacker, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big... Oh, is he a Tesla guy too?
It looks like it.
Grab up here, see this plastic cover?
Rip it off.
Pull it off.
It's not really...
Snaps.
Doesn't look very sturdy.
No, they're computers with an engine with motors,
wheels.
With wheels,
Yeah, they are. They're basically computers with wheels and a steering wheel.
Yeah.
And you really, like my sister's Tesla, she can type in her home address, any address, and hit go, and it'll take you there.
Well, she's rich because that she has to pay for the self-driving feature, which is like $99 a month.
I was talking to Tara. We talked quite a bit, and I'm like, she's like, yeah, I got to do something to her car, and I'm like, well, how do you? She goes, I just go to the app, and it just charges me through the app, and then it sends. I go, you don't have to take it to the dealership? No, they just send the signal down to my car, and I get it.
Group of those 25.
I mean, that's how they do it. Your car, every Tesla, most Teslas are equipped with everything. It's just whether you buy it on the app or not. Is that your understanding too?
So it's all software, right? So they just essentially it's
send you an update.
I actually found this out. We had to replace a printer copier at my firm, and so I'm looking at these models of copiers, and they're like, oh, they can print anywhere from 40 pages per minute up to 70 pages per minute.
Hold on, you can 70 pages a minute.
Yeah. But here's the thing. All it is a software, a piece of software. So they down throttle the printer.
They choke it down.
They choke it down.
It has the ability to be. It has the ability to be full nuts.
Yep.
But they choke it down, and then then they have the ability through software to unlock the full nuts willy.
If you pay the money,
right?
Which is like an extra $1,000 to have the full capability.
Were you talking to your neighbor's Dex? Is that what you're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
We went with a different company. Actually,
I know, but you literally could have just walked out and gone down to the main headquarters.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you can see the main headquarters from your office.
Well, they're building that. They own the new building that's being built there on Cypress,
and they own Tom's old 5025.
Yeah, but
right?
but the one they're building there, right by
on the corner.
The corner, yeah. That's Dex again too. I don't know what they're doing. They must be in like software solutions or
because
servers
you wouldn't
or something.
think that just straight printers.
They're dead. Printing's dead
for the most part. Yeah.
But
they're not dead. They're next to go. They'll come by you guys.
Yep. We may be next to go.
And if the price is right, Tom Bean will sell in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they offered Tom Bean $5 million for that building. Gone. I wonder what that building's worth. I wonder what Tom and Gina's building's worth.
If I was to guess market value now,
3.5.
I was going to say 8.
Whoa, for real?
Because of where it's located, the size of the lot, the property, maybe 7.
Wow.
I'm guessing though. I don't know.
Wow.
Lay this off to the side.
So this is a Tesla jumping a dead truck.
Yes,
okay.
They don't recommend it, but you can.
You got a battery. This is your 12-volt battery.
Hold on, they do have a battery.
What you're gonna want to do is hook your jumper cables up.
Oh, look at that.
Black to the negative. Your red goes to the positive. It's kind of under here, so you gotta kind of reach under. Oh. Well, that pops out too. Look at that.
by the way, this guy works at Tesla, and that popped out too.
Oh, wow.
Right on.
Looky here.
Your positive terminal. And on the other end, you hook it up to the other battery on your old truck or vehicle that needs to be jump started. Hook the red one up to the positive.
Yeah, we know.
The black one, just find the ground anywhere on your engine block. Hook it on there. Now let's see if it'll start.
I hope.
I hope it backfeeds into the Tesla and burns it down.
And the Tesla starts on fire. Because those Teslas. But what I'm saying, Lummy, is you can't do reverse Avisa on this. Like you can't. You can't.
No, you can.
You can. I sent you a video.
You can.
On that,
too. That they actually say is okay. They said not to do what he just did.
I don't understand how you can.
How can you do a reverse Avisa?
I just sent it to you. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
How can I?
My new Model 3 and my Volkswagen, we're bringing it down to Goddard for detailing. So it's got a dead battery, so I'm going to try to boost off of my Tesla for the first time.
See, Lummy, this is the same thing.
It's the same way.
It's the same thing. I don't think you can do the reverse Avisa. Meaning, I don't think you can do the.
Because what are you jumping on a Tesla?
Yeah, you're not being able to put a whole bunch of charge back into the battery.
They can be used to jump. Then somebody jump started.
Then somebody send me the video.
You can jump start the low voltage lead acid battery in the front. You can't jump start the the massive lithium ion.
Well, how far can you go on if you're dead? Your
backup.
Does it have a backup battery?
That's the little battery in the front. They have a lead acid battery in the front.
Well, what'll that take you? Around the block?
I don't know, man.
Let me do me a favor and Google or Bing Brian Shirley's race car fire at Needmore Speedway. Brian Shirley, just put Brian Shirley.
Yeah, Needmore Speedway.
Oh my God! Wait till you guys. And by the way, Brian Shirley is going to be at Bubba Raceway Park, Ocala Speedway, starting on Tuesday.
I sent you.
He's part of the Lucas Super Late Model Series, and wait till you see this.
So if you're that battery is used to power the components inside the vehicle, like let's say the computer and all of that. It is not designed for the car to drive at all. It can go like a couple meters. It says.
All right, so watch.
Oh. Is he out yet?
Yeah, he's out. I don't know if there's more pictures of it or not, but there was a little bit long. Maybe this is it right
We're here with the squirrel, Brian Shirley, after a very...
By the way, his nickname is the Squirrel.
Well, things got squirrely for him out there.
All the protective gear and everything. The safety people, everybody did their job, and luckily, all the protective gear and everything you need to keep yourself okay, it all held up 100%.
Can you elaborate for the fans, what happened there?
Look at this.
Right now, it's really don't really know. We're going to go back to Mark's place tomorrow, wash the car, try and see if we can diagnose what happened, because that's truly what even other people want to know, whether it's race directors, series directors. At the end of the day,
he's getting out.
Nobody wants to see something like that happen. So we will definitely go back tomorrow, evaluate everything, maybe even have people. We're going to obviously send the car back to Longhorn and let them evaluate things. And everybody has reached out wanting to make sure what had happened.
Look at that.
Now, is that a water truck they're using to put out the water?
The water truck hadn't made it there yet.
Okay.
And water's not as effective
as the spray
as the fire extinguisher and something like that. And then if you have sprint cars, they run on methanol, and a methanol flame sometimes is invisible.
Can't see it, right?
And so they have to use like this foam. And so when you have sprint cars on your track at a high level, a big sanctioning body like USAC or High Limit or World of Outlaw or something like that, you have to All Stars. You have to have a special a special fire suppressant crew that has this foam that can put out these methanol fires.
Ghost fires, they call them.
Yeah, exactly.
I made that up. I don't know if that's what they're called, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, Seth Tuesday goes out, dead battery Willie. Macho Man gives him a 1,000 horsepower boost. Seth drives home Tuesday. It's okay. Car seems okay. No big deal.
No, I remember I took it to the discount auto parts or whatever,
right.
and they tested my battery and said it was good to go.
Yeah, what a bunch of dumbasses. So Seth goes immediately to discount auto parts per Macho's request, and they check the battery. Then they plug it into the little diagnostic plug-in thing underneath the steering wheel, and they tell Seth, I don't know what to tell you, but your car's okay. Your battery's okay. I don't know. You're okay. So that's all Seth needed to hear to drive home. And Seth goes home, whatever, goes to start the car Wednesday morning, yesterday, dead. Just kind of fiddle messes around with the fob and kind of just waits a little bit and tries it again, and miraculously it starts. So he comes to work here, tells us the story. Now, Brian, you may or may not, you don't know a lot about cars, but a lot of times there has been some instances in my life where if the key fob battery is too low, sometimes because the key fob have you ever if you got a car?
but I don't think that the thing that would have changed it was being jumped and it starting that probably would eliminate that theory. Of the key fob theory.
You're right until you take it to Discount Auto Parts and they hook it up to the machine and they say it's okay.
Yeah, but did they check each cell? Because you probably just had 2 or 3 cells in that battery that were going.
I don't know how many cells they checked. They just told Cush that everything was okay. That's all he needed to hear. He was on the road. So we tried. He came. It was dead when he first got here. I mean, when he tried to get here, drove here, and then. We changed, we're just trying to eliminate all possibilities at this point. And so we put a new key fob battery. So, you know what, Seth? At least you got a new key fob battery, too.
Oh, dude, I can unlock my car from 500 yards away now. It's awesome. Thank you.
So we put a new key fob battery in it. Seth goes to, I think they're in between commercials or something, goes to try to start his car because he's got a new key fob Willie. Dead. Completely dead. So at that point, Macho Man and I think Merch Crick hook up my badass battery charger to it while, for the last 2 hours of the show.
I got 150 volts, baby.
Yeah, it showed 10 volts when they hooked the battery charger up to it. And boy, when we went out there, Seth, it was running 14.3 volts. So
you told me I wouldn't even have to go get a new battery.
No,
today.
It's not what I said. You said, well, You said
just ask
14.2. That seems. I said you only need 12 to start your car. And Seth goes, I got 2.5 extra volts, buddy. I'm going home. And I go, no. Napa Mike has already made arrangements for you to go to. I think was it a discount auto part or AutoZone?
No, yeah, I went to O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's.
O'Reilly's.
Auto parts.
Auto parts. So Seth goes there. And gets a brand new battery. The dude's Bubba Army, and so that was Seth's battery caper.
Yeah, he was really cool. I thought about buying an air freshener because when I was waiting for him.
Why would you? We got Bubba Army air fresheners. Why would you? Buy
You
one?
still have some of those left?
Yeah, we got some left.
I get one.
What do they sell? Like bonfires and weed?
No, it's really good.
Would you be caught dead? I think. Well, first of all, I think your wife likes me, and I think would
Mine?
you? No. Yes, I do think your wife likes me, but I was talking about Brian.
Oh, okay.
And would you? What if you had a Bubba Army air freshener? Would that freak her out?
Our car has the infused air freshener. It doesn't need it.
Oh, rich guy infusion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Smell infusions.
That comes along with the car warranty.
Wow.
You get the rich guy infused.
The Lincoln that I'm driving it's got the digital scent sticks that go inside.
For real?
Yeah.
I remember I was in between paydays here one time, and I needed a new battery. This is when I was living at the race shop, and for like 2 weeks before payday, I used one of your jump boxes to go everywhere. So
you just take my jump box.
Yeah,
from the race shop.
Yeah, I returned it every day, but then I'd have to use it the next morning to start my car.
It was from his house, dude. It wasn't from the race shop.
No, I think it was from the race.
That was when he was living there, right?
Oh, no, I didn't live at the race shop.
No, Tuttle.
Tuttle. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's from Tuttle's apartment.
Yeah, it's his apartment. He can use it if it's there.
True.
It got me around, man. And those things are pretty powerful.
They
those
are,
jump
man.
boxes.
And then you charge them at night, and you got a full. I mean, you can literally jump your car 10 times off that thing.
Can I put one on our Amazon wish list?
What?
A jump box Willie.
But you don't need one, buddy.
You got a brand new battery.
You got a brand new battery.
No, I know, but it seems like I would never have to get a battery again.
No, it's a pain in the ass.
Listen, Seth,
you won't need a jump box for 5 years, my friend. Minimum.
Seth,
maybe 7.
That battery's going to outlive that car.
Yeah.
You're going to.
It may outlive you.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, bud. That battery's.
You may have just bought the last battery you need to the rest of your life.
You got a pretty damn good battery. You got a pretty damn good battery.
If I go and if I trade in the car,
he's taking the battery. He's like, I paid for that battery. Well, I got it for free, but
no, I did pay for it.
I know. I'm sure.
I just want to.
So I was.
Bubba, tell him I paid for it, just so
he did pay for it.
Thank you.
Just so that the trolls don't hop on you.
No, listen. He did get a discount. He did get a discount, but he paid for it. But you got a great.
Why does Seth not have any Bubba Army air fresheners?
I didn't know they existed, Brian.
I don't think he wants it. He doesn't like any type of smell.
Can I get one of those?
What is the smell, though,
Oh,
Bubba?
it's really
I got a Bubba Army knife. That's not good enough for you?
To open your Bubba Army air freshener.
You know what? You didn't return my knife yesterday. I mean, 2 days ago after you opened it.
right here.
Yeah, well, give it back to me.
Can Merch Kirk bring one down? Mine's out.
How many people want Bubba Army? Okay.
I do. I got my old one.
I want an air freshener.
2.
I do.
You do not.
No, these two will never use it.
You don't know that.
Lummy and Tuttle.
We're gonna have a special limited edition Babyface Seth autographed Bubba Army air freshener on eBay today for $5.
I like to put my air fresheners like in groups of 10, Bubba. Dude, can I get like a 10-pack?
No.
Okay, great.
I'll take a gross of them.
So Lummy, I was looking at my back picture wall, and I'm like, man, I need some more pictures. By the way, anybody that's got any Bubba Army centric pictures or anything like that, send them to us at Bubba Army Pics, Pics, Bubba Army Pics @gmail.com. And so then I'm thinking, you know what? I don't have hardly any staff pictures. Like, Lummy, I don't have hardly any of you and Walker. Like, for instance, I don't know, you and your wife have all types of cute pictures with you and your son, and I don't have any pictures of Red. I don't got any pictures of Seth. I don't have hardly any pictures of you, Tuttle. I don't have any pictures. So, I mean, I need to go through my phone as well.
What about the baby face? I've never seen him pop up behind you.
Babyface, I don't know. I don't think maybe he doesn't want to be on our picture wall. I don't know.
Wow.
But
because I could go through his Facebook, Bubba, and just pull up some old photos and just send them all to you.
Yeah, I don't think he'd like that. To be honest with you,
I understand.
That'd be a violation of trust.
Brian, do you have that stereotypical cheesy picture that all lawyers take? That is like the first thing that everybody sees on their websites.
I mean, it's called a headshot.
No, I mean they all do those. Though.
I mean,
his photos have some personality to them.
Yeah, I have a lot of action photos of me
in your suit,
in my suit,
in court.
Yeah, planking. They're old. They're dated.
Here, let's see what.
Back when planking was cool.
Let's see what Hunter Law. This is hunterlaw.com.
It's a nice looking site.
It's clean and slick. Tampa personal injury lawyers and family law attorneys. Personal injury law, and then let me see here. I'm just personal.
No, you don't even see my face on the front page.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Tampa Bay, for voting best attorney. Hunter Law. Brian P. Petroni. What's your middle name, P?
Philip.
Brian Philip Matroni, partner and attorney, personal injury and family law. So, then see, look at how
that's a great pic.
That's a great pic. That's about 15 years ago.
It's been a while.
You look great.
15 years
of course,
ago.
Gina
like
looks
10.
Gina looks great. And then these are your other people, your other partners.
Oh, man.
Who's
Robert?
I've never seen.
That's Rhett's uncle who raped him when he was younger.
Whoa!
Wow!
Wow, Robert!
Robert.
By the way, Merch Crick sneaked into the studio and said the air fresheners are next to Seth on the ledge.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Sneaked right on in. Who's Teresa?
She's one of the attorneys at the firm.
Wow!
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice looking
You
website.
got a little suits gimmick going on with her, you know what I mean? Bending over to her at the desk?
No.
Okay. Any Louis Lips action happening?
No, it's our firm's
lips.
our firm's pretty boring. We like it that way.
Did you ever watch Suits, Brian?
No, Bubba, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And they're getting ready for a new one, Suits LA. But I'm already taking a shiz on it. You know.
Yeah,
I'm
You're an OG Suits guy. You know.
I'm looking for a new show right now. You told me one.
American Primeval.
American Primeval.
Dude, that's all you need. And the Penguin on Max.
I've been saying the Penguin.
The Penguin on Max and American Primeval.
All right, Penguin on Max and American
Primeval.
Where's that at?
Primeval, not Eagle. And it's on Netflix.
Now, what was it? It might have just been clickbait or something like that. But somebody said there's something brand new on Netflix that's like really, really like almost rated X or like very, very, very sexual, and people are canceling their subscriptions over it. Or was I just looking at some clickbait kind of deal?
I don't know.
Is there something on Netflix?
Somebody said the dirty black bag. I don't know. Maybe that might be
the dirty black bag.
Yeah, on Netflix. I don't know. They just put that one up there.
What is it? I mean,
I don't know. I'm looking right now.
The dirty black bag sparks my interest.
It's a town full of bounty hunters, bandits, and
that doesn't do
corrupt sheriff with the trouble past. Red Bill.
Sounds like Banshee.
It's on AMC. I think they were recommending shows for him to watch.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. Is the Penguin a spinoff of the Batman Penguin?
No, it's like a documentary about penguins. You don't like that, Bubba?
It is a spinoff show of Batman, but there's no superhero. This could stand alone as a good mob show.
How many different breeds of penguin could you name, Bubba?
Penguin? Like,
I'm laughing, but I can only name one too.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's like three. Emperor, I think it was
an
Emperor.
Yeah, good job. Right, there you go.
And I didn't even get it from chat. Emperor. That's all I know. I do know this, that I did watch one thing like on sometimes if you're high and you watch like was the BBC.
There's a chin strap penguin.
The Parade of the Penguins?
Did you come across this accidentally searching for BBC, Bubba?
I don't know, but I got this huge documentary about penguins, and it was I learned
Edinburgh.
And I learned so much about it. Like the male will go, the mama will sit on the eggs, and then the male's gone for like 3 months hunting.
Yeah, isn't it the one with Morgan Freeman?
No, the dudes stay with the eggs.
Yeah,
and they put them on their feet, and then they've got to transfer them. And if they drop the egg on the ground when they transfer, the egg dies instantly because the cold kills the egg. It's crazy.
It starts showing the penguins. This is a good documentary.
There's 28 different types of penguins, Bubba.
I see 19, my friend.
Walker likes it.
28.
342.
Penguins are unlike any other animal on Earth. But that doesn't mean they're a biological...
That's about how I walk. with my arms out to the side and kind of waddle right along.
Normally.
Look.
That is kind of your move now.
That is kind of my how I move.
You could never hack it as a penguin.
That's
have a backbone.
Hold on, we missed it. They don't have a backbone? Let's be quiet.
Penguins are unlike any other animal on Earth. But that doesn't mean they're a biological anomaly. They, like all vertebrates, have a backbone, which is evident in their excellent posture.
This penguin here looks really sad. Look at him.
He's got his head down.
All these penguins are like, this guy must, maybe that, I don't know.
He lost his egg.
Penguins lay eggs, an ability they share with vertebrates and invertebrates alike. One characteristic that does set them apart are their feathers.
All right, so I could go on forever, but I think Brian was saying like the mom goes out hunting for like 3 months, and the dad just stays there like a penguin with this sitting on this egg, and occasionally they got to move the eggs, and they got like this little pouch kind of deal, and that's why they kind of waddle, because they got an egg up their ass. and they're kind of waddling.
Nailed it.
They're trying to hold on to that egg without it falling out of their pouch.
That's right.
And so they have to occasionally move the egg. And then by the time Mama gets back, usually the egg is opened, and the dad's there with the little baby penguin, but it's starving. Like it needs food immediately.
Isn't the egg game something Diddy made artists do?
Yeah, it did.
What, put in their crack?
Yeah, they'd have to.
They had to put it all the way in.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was an egg game.
We talked about it. It was big. The egg game was a big topic on the show for a few days.
You had to put it in and not break it.
Yeah.
And then that would determine if you're
ready.
They actually have the egg game coming to Netflix. It's a sequel to the Squid Games. It's who can hold an egg in their booty hole the longest.
So here's the deal, man. Mama's got to get back before that baby, dies of malnutrition. So when Mama comes back, I think she
pukes in his mouth.
She pukes in his mouth. And I think she takes care of the baby, and then doesn't the dad go?
Yeah, he goes and gets his time.
Then he goes in, but a lot of times these penguins die or get killed, or
seals,
a seal or somebody, or orca or somebody will come and get them, and they don't. And so the dad or the mom that's waiting there for the significant other to come back never comes back. And then it probably disrupts the whole life cycle, and probably, I don't know, I would think that the mom then, or the dad, whoever's, survived, whoever's left, they have to eventually go out and try to find some food, and that's probably where the baby penguin gets picked off.
Yeah, they're dead at that point.
At that point, do you think another penguin would come up and eat it?
Penguins don't eat baby penguins, I don't think. Maybe they do, but...
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that one's just laying there. Nobody's claiming it.
The dad died trying to find some food, and the mama finally left to go get some food. That little baby penguin.
Bubba Penguin would be picking off the little baby penguin. I'm not going all the way over there looking.
Why would I go fly for 3 months when I can just go pick off these orphaned penguins?
They're absolutely flightless birds, Bubba. You need to watch that documentary a little bit longer.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
It's supposed to be physically impossible for a bumblebee to fly. Yeah, that's true. You ever heard Lou Holtz do his little bumblebee speech? You want to know how I'm rich, Bubba? I'm eating an egg right now.
An egg's gonna be like a steak.
This is a $20 breakfast. I got 2 eggs in a bag.
And you can thank your buddy Joe Biden for that, okay?
Thanks, Joe.
No, I don't think Biden
No, Biden killed 100 billion chickens with his bare hands. Here's some black ice air fresheners.
You don't want to fuck with bird flu.
We'll give them to the 2 people that asked for
We'll
them.
only have 3. Who asked for them?
Me. Lummy, Tuttle,
and Big Brian.
Lummy, there's Lummy out there saving somebody. Look, you missed it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bubba. Brian, black ice, Bubba Army, or are you good?
I'm gonna put it in my truck right now. So.
You want to be a regular person? You want to feel like a poor Brian?
I thought you said black guys.
I know.
I smell like black guys.
Oh, black ice. What the fuck does black ice smell like?
Cooler white ice. White ice that can dance. What's up, Bubba Army? How we doing, you early birds?
Hopefully we got the Brian Matroni factor where we get some
bids in.
Yeah, let's get some money in, guys. Come on, Babyface Brigade. We already had one. Neil Malclazier, thank you.
I gotta figure out how to turn on this damn light.
Morning, Dave Rock. Dave Rock 69, I should say. Gotta throw that 69 in there.
Oh, Scout and Big Gulp came in.
Oh, my girls.
Yep, I'll say them when we get back.
They messaged me on Twitter last night saying they were excited that I was going to be on today, which was nice. Eating my second egg.
Boil. I mean, I boil a dozen at the beginning of every week.
I bought a pack of pre-boiled and peeled eggs for $8.
The yolks are always just so dry, though, in those, like, sometimes.
Yeah, no, they are, but to not have to boil them, peel them, and have the smell in your house. And this pack, I bought it a couple weeks ago, was only $8. It's cheaper than getting a dozen eggs now.
Yeah, it is.
So I actually made money out of the deal because they last forever in these packs. These were good until February 19th. But once you open them, you got to eat them. You know, they last about 3 days once you open them.
Hey, YouTube, let's get the thumbins. Let's get the likes.
Good morning,
we're at 32, and I think that's...
No, we're not. We're at 126.
Oh. I needed to refresh Willie. I'm so sorry. 125. I got 125.
Well, I got 127.
Well, you,
on the likes.
You got a better feed than I do, cousin. Oh, now I got 127.
Yeah.
Sorry.
137, bitch. Got mine.
Yeah. Blummel's divorce lawyer. Dave Rock 69. JHM3.
Yes, please.
Big Lunger. Tile Guru. Xerxes. Hoss.
Yeah.
Oh, we're about to go into a hype train.
Hello, Troy Nelson.
Everybody.
Brad Williams. Organic Gene. Pappy Jasper. T-Jiz. Or J-Tiz. My bad. Cooper, I like your wife. She's cool.
Yinzer says hi.
Mike
please, guys,
Thurman,
hit that like button.
Thurman, Jimmy Kiffner.
And actually, you should...
Iggy!
Right
Iggy,
now...
I texted you yesterday, motherfucker, and you didn't text me back.
Right now is a good time to remind everybody...
I texted you.
To get a membership on YouTube. You can watch the Blizzard live right following the show, usually about 10:15, 10:20.
I texted you, Iggy, and didn't get a fucking response back.
He doesn't want to talk to you, bitch.
Fuck you, Iggy. You're supposed to be like,
Oh,
hierarchy. $100.
Hierarchy. Make sure Lummy goes crazy over that.
Part of the brigade.
Come on, Ig. Maybe I got the wrong number.
Thank you, kind sir.
Hierarchy's the man.
Hierarchy is the man.
Let's get over 200 like-ins before we're at 190 now.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, hit that like button. Give us a thumb in.
I'm holding mine out, Bubba. You haven't earned it yet today. You gotta give me some more compelling content.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito Studios. Aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
It's the Babyface Brigade, started by Scout and Big Gulp. 25 with a PayPal, Venmo, Cash App The Bubba Army.
Thank you, girls. Stay safe out there.
Hierarchy, $100 for Babyface.
Hierarchy on the YouTubes.
The brigade's mounting up. It's early.
With 100. Thank you, Hierarchy. Appreciate you.
The brigade's a little more blue collar than most units of the Bubba Army, so around 8 o'clock, I expect there to be a flood of money coming in from the brigade.
Have to say, I think
Is that the okay, man?
Gene Blue.
White collar.
Mike Thurman, $50 for Shovel Face's cute flamboyant top.
Thank you, Mike.
Did you turn the train horn up, Bubba?
No.
Zeth had a heart attack. I saw it here.
Oh my god.
It's we didn't hit the horn yesterday.
Yeah, so all the air pressure, it's at highest pressure right now.
Man.
Why did you come unglued?
I got jolted.
He almost fell out of his chair.
Bad. I didn't have my headphones on.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have your headphones on, and then I flip out.
Startled.
It's intense. How long can you lay on that thing?
Oh,
before it runs out of juice.
Quite a while.
We've never tested the limits of the air.
I mean, do you want to? I mean,
we have.
I think one time. I mean, a few times where we've had like Lummy, a couple instances where people just laid down the 2,400 all in one shot.
Oh yeah.
Or when John Costica gets a hair up his ass and he'll throw a G-ball down, or Joe from the West Side, or just whatever, just big, huge, large, huge, astronomical contributions, and then I'll hit it literally until it's completely exhausted itself.
Iggy McGillicuddy, $20.
Who's a dick and can't text Bubba back?
No, shut up. So
I'm just saying he is.
Who?
Iggy.
Oh, that's on you, my friend.
No, you didn't text you back yesterday. You were calling him out.
I just $20.
Don't back down now.
I'm backing down.
Oh, he must be busy. Who's too busy for you?
That's a blue collar kid.
Listen,
you better not go down that road.
Just shut up, shovel face. I had no problems with Iggy. He probably didn't get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When was he talking trash about Iggy?
During the break. Yeah. Big time.
I was not. I was just like, Iggy,
Thanks a lot, buddy. Guess you don't like me anymore.
So anyway, Lummy, should we test how long the horn can go? Brian asked, have you guys ever tested, the length that it'll go? And when it gets really low, it really starts sounding kind of like a dead duck.
Yeah.
Can we see what's louder, the train horn or Tuttle's exhaust?
Well, I guarantee you it's a train horn.
Yeah.
So do you want to? You guys, I got a countdown here.
Oh,
I can reset. I can reset it. Do you want me? I mean, Brian, you threw it out there. Do you want to test it?
Can we time it?
I'll
run a timer.
I got a timer right here.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah, on the board.
On the board. I have a timer right here where I can hit reset and then stop when something when I want to start and stop. I have a stopwatch on my board here. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Is everybody ready?
Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm. Coming out in 3, 2, 1. That's 30.
Did you hear?
And I think at this point the air compressor turns on and it can just keep going. I think it can sustain that same that same tone probably for a long time.
Don't stop until the break of dawn, Bubba.
Listen, it lost pressure about 20 seconds, and I think that's when the compressor kicked on because it kind of had a comeback right there.
You could hear a difference. In the
and
horn.
At that point, man, I think as long as the air compressor is running, you could probably burn up your air compressor.
Yeah, you don't want to do that
because they just run off those little pancake, Lummy, those 120 pound.
Yeah,
I don't hear.
Is
the air compressor running?
I was trying to listen.
It's on.
Is it on? Yeah.
Yeah, it's running.
Yeah, you guys, the engine room can hear it, but we can't.
This thing's got so much.
We got so much concrete and insulation in the studio. Hello.
Yeah, no one knows you better than your show workers, of course, but I know you're sleeping at 6 o'clock, buddy. I know you're asleep at 6 o'clock, buddy. I'm not answering you after 6.
Okay, buddy, but I did throw a little appreciation text out to you and didn't get a response back. So
I was going to do it after the show because I didn't want to be a pain in your backside, and I know you're asleep. 246, brother. I mean, who doesn't know that?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course you do because you're a dear friend of mine, a real friend.
And I'm trying to be, respectful of your time and your sleep. There you go.
And I don't want no heat with you. You scare me.
No.
So,
babyface. Now there's another story.
Yeah, listen, Iggy, I wasn't poking you in the chest during the break like Bubba.
Right. Yeah.
He just gave you a right. He gave you a 3 right.
Called you out in front of the world.
No, I did not.
Rather than just texting you and being like, "Hey, bro," like bros do.
Hey, Brian, don't try to start.
Calls you out in chat.
It just shows you how much of a dick you are trying to cause problems with one of my good friends, Iggy.
I didn't cause him.
Brian doesn't care. He texts me at 10 p.m. and he gets mad when I don't write him back.
No, I don't.
So anyway, Iggy, I love you, my friend. I'm glad I'd rather talk to you in person like now, and just know that I was thinking about you yesterday. So I threw just a little fishing line.
What'd you say?
I just told him how much I appreciated him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I've done that. I sent you a screenshot, but I'm not Big Red.
Yeah. Oh no.
Old school.
All right.
Have a good day, y'all. Later.
Bye, buddy. Wow. Reports are now that, and I've not seen this as a video story. It's only as a print, but that Super Bowl spots could be going for $8 million. Is it for? I'm assuming that's for a 30.
Yeah.
$8 million for a 30. At least 10 commercials to air during Super Bowl. Is it what is that?
59.
59.
Are you going to get a local spot, Bubba, for the Bubba Army?
You could be like Gronkowski and call it licks. Super Bowl licks. On Fox have sold for $8 million according to multiple reports. I would think that.
That sounds cheap these days with all the extra rub you get from social media, and God, people do full-on segment shows about the commercials, and you get that.
And then all media like us go through the top commercials, and then there's like stories about the top commercials, right?
Well, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of dissecting your top 5 commercials, but unfortunately, it's just something that America loves to do.
It's become part of American fabric that a lot of people will watch the Super Bowl just for the commercials.
What are some of the products or companies that are always staples, that are always like
Doritos, Budweiser, Skittles,
Budweiser,
Skittles. Dude, Skittles has some crazy commercials.
They do.
I mean, the last couple. Remember the
Anheuser-Busch, obviously.
And like California pistachios. Remember that's been
avocados from Mexico.
They've been. I mean, yeah. So I mean, I gotta think, Brian, that some of the pricing has to do with placement. Like if you're right before the Super Bowl halftime, like if you were second quarter, if you were the last break of the second quarter before halftime. I'm thinking that's probably pretty high up.
Yeah, definitely right before the halftime show is the place to be.
But here's the deal.
You don't think it's like the fourth quarter?
No,
it's a bad game.
It depends on.
You have more people watching during halftime than at any other point in the game.
I would think that the audience continues to build till halftime, and then after halftime, then at that point you got your hardcore fans that really care about the game, and you got your pop culture people are already out.
Yep, I think a lot of that happens. Yeah, I think you get a larger segment of the audience for halftime.
Right. I bet you the cost of commercials where you're getting the $8 million is in that second quarter, less than 5 minutes to go, as everybody's gathering around to see who's performing this year.
Kendrick Lamar.
I mean,
what? Don't be racist. Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Why was the first thing out of your mouth, don't be racist?
You went, I'm not. That's because Bubba, he's a liberal, and that's what they do to us white people. Everything is racist.
Just saying.
Let me go ahead and say what you just said.
He's a liberal, Bubba, and everything that he does because we're white men is racist.
We're racist. I'm
realistically,
racist.
He's racist.
Just because I'm not that familiar with Kendrick Lamar's work.
That's literally your reaction to him.
We don't know Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I mean,
we want to see Aerosmith, AC/DC.
Good old white people music. Where's Kid Rock?
Go to the Strawberry Festival.
I didn't say that. But a Snoop Dogg or a Dr. Dre or
They did that.
They've all done it.
They've
all done it. They've run through all of them. Now they're to Kendrick Lamar.
When they were in LA a few years ago, Bubba, they did.
I know it was like a little apartment.
Yeah, they had.
Yeah,
and Kendrick was there with them. So
I consider that one of that and Prince. And that
with it raining when he's playing Purple Rain down in Miami.
I really think that the Prince Miami halftime show was one of the best ever.
Now,
in my opinion,
everybody and I have to agree. Most people do. The best national anthem ever.
Whitney Houston.
Was here in Tampa.
But here's the deal. Did you know that was lip sync?
Yeah. It was.
Did you know that was backing vocals? Did you know that
she had it going?
She had. I mean, it was pre-recorded. And then she had thickening, what they called thickening background vocals. That was not completely, unaltered.
You sure they did? They could do that crap in the 80s?
Yeah, they did. No, it was
91.
If you Google, let me find
Milli
the story.
Vanilli, dude, come on now.
No, I know, but what goes down as the greatest national anthem of all time, Whitney Houston, really should have an asterisk beside it, and that is.
But that was her voice. It's not like it was like.
But there's one thing to do it live.
There's a pre-recorded vocal track.
Yeah, hold on. Let me say it. It was a pre-recorded vocal track.
Yeah, as a backup. Yep.
They have an isolation, and you can find it on YouTube. It's just her voice, so you can tell that it was back.
Let her rest in peace, guys. I mean, we are really kicking around a dead body here.
And here's the thing, man. Poor Whitney Houston.
DJE Pros gifted 20 subs.
Poor Whitney.
Hell yeah, Bill.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you for that. Gifted 20 subs. So many now, 20 people that are
20
watching.
20 memberships. That's different.
Yeah, 20 memberships.
And it's free to subscribe, Lummy. Did you know that?
It's free to subscribe on YouTube. A membership costs you $5, and Bill just threw out how many? 5? 20. Wow, that's great.
And you can watch the Blizzard live today after the live show.
That's 20 people that are watching our show now, Lummy. They just got like kind of a free subscribe, a free
Baby
membership.
Satchmo got it. Yeah. Baby Satchmo is now a member.
BJEpros.com.
That's Bill's our boss, Bubba.
Do we have the Whitney Houston performance, like what Tuttle was saying with the kind of the raw feed?
I'll look for it.
And
I was looking at the Michael Jackson halftime show that popped up on my computer.
That was pretty cool too.
Michael Jackson, Prince. The thing about the Whitney Houston thing was just the national anthem. I don't really know of anybody else that really nailed the national anthem. And if you need backing vocals to thicken it up a little bit, so be it. It was an unbelievable, and it was in the big sombrero. Tampa Bay Stadium. Old
Stephen Bravo gifted one membership.
One. Thanks.
Thank you.
I think Glummy has to be at least a 5 membership minimum to get a.
I would say 4, right? Because that's the equivalent of $20, which is what you need to get a shout. Oh, it's 10. Then it's 2.
Well,
then it's 2.
But I was going to go ahead and overrule that and make it 5.
Because before we were doing just one, I'll change it.
So anyway, around 127. I'm sorry, around 123.7 million people watched the Super Bowl last year. According to Nielsen, and more than 115 million viewers watched it in 2023. So it seems to be growing every year, right?
Yes.
I mean, it went from 115 to 123, although they said the NFC and AFC championships were down by, 7% viewership?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
From what, just last year?
From last year. Anheuser-Busch, Meta, Pepsi, Frito-Lay, Taco Bell, Uber Eats, and others will vie to win over the more than 120 million viewers expected to tune in for the broadcast on Fox via the free live stream on Tubi. So, I think that there's no way you shouldn't be able to watch the Super Bowl because they're not, they're not putting it behind a pay window or anything like that, like they do sometimes on, some of the doesn't the NFL with their Netflix deal, you have to be a Netflix member to watch it, right?
Yeah, this isn't being shown on Amazon.
No.
I don't think they've ever hid the Super Bowl.
No, they're never going to hide the Super Bowl.
They can't.
We can't afford it.
Now, who gets that? I guess the network gets that money, right?
Yeah,
because the network pays the NFL to, I wonder what the cost of net of airing the Super Bowl
It's
is.
built into the TV deal. So in the TV money that they pay, the big multi-billion-dollar contract,
It's built into.
They built it in. So ABC, Fox, CBS, they'll each get it for a certain amount of years, I believe.
Jason Lindquist, $10.
So you're saying as part of their TV packages now, of which damn near every network. Damn near everybody's got a sliver of the NFL.
It looks, so right now, $7 billion is the cost to host the
Chuck and Leslie, 25. Thank you on the PayPal. So what'd you say, Lummy?
It's part of their networking deal. It's $7 billion.
So it gets rotated, right?
So ABC's probably got because ABC has an NFL package, NBC and Sunday Night Football. Do you think? I think they'll always stick to the big networks: CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox.
Yes.
I don't think they'll ever go to ESPN.
So it looks like NBC, Fox, and CBS pay an additional $3 billion so they could host the Super Bowl.
Additional $3 billion.
Correct.
That seems light.
Yeah.
Advertisers are expected to begin releasing their ads in the days ahead of the game. One of the first ads to debut was an ad for Budweiser featuring the Clydesdale.
Yeah.
That helps make a beer delivery.
Yeah.
Is it the baby Clydesdale?
Yeah, and one of the kegs.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, the keg falls off of
somebody send it to me if you can.
Okay, but doesn't it ruin it now that they release some of these before the game?
No, they want all the talk that they can get, dude. Why would you not want, if you're the company, right? Why wouldn't you want somebody 2 weeks beforehand on this show with our tens of thousands of listeners hearing this about this commercial?
But I mean,
so you're saying you get the pre-hype, then you get the game day hype, and then you get the hype thereafter.
Yeah.
So you got like almost a trilogy of advertising.
2 weeks of you talking about Budweiser for no reason.
I understand that though, but people used to tune into the game. Some people do just tune into the game to watch the commercials. Why do I watch the game now?
So I've just in my head wrote a commercial for Budweiser that's probably would be better than anything that they're putting out, which would be like old school, new school, right?
Like what the old commercials?
So you'd have the Clydesdale and the delivery and everything, like the old school style, but then you'd have the guy's son who's just, he's like in his 20s trying to order it to be delivered by a drone. And then the Clydesdale, is going through all this stuff and the drone's going, and the Clydesdale old school gets it there before the drone because old school rules, right, Bubba? There you go. Boom.
I think I'd bring back Dylan Mahoney and say as a man and say, listen, this is my 96th day as a man. The woman thing didn't work out too good for me. I love Bud Light. Tell me how much. Brian.
That'd be a good one too.
For real.
That'd be a good one too.
And it's almost like you're making fun of yourself. Meaning we messed up. This was the largest, PR nightmare ever for our brand. And now we're making fun of ourselves because after the Dylan Mahoney deal, whatever her name is, they did an about face. They were paying celebrities.
So wait,
I heard they paid Kid Rock like $5 million
to shoot those beers.
No, to come back and say, hey, man, everybody needs a second chip. Because if you've seen a lot of people that were boycotting Bud Light, celebrities wise, they now come back and said, okay, Bud Light's not so bad. They changed, they pivoted on that.
They went to Shane Gillis.
They did.
So I sent you two commercials.
They should have gone to Michael Vick.
Two commercials that tease their Super Bowl commercials. The first one is the Shane Gillis and Bud Light and Post Malone, and then the other one is the Matthew McConaughey being Mike Ditka.
Those are Super Bowl commercials?
Yeah, they're teasing it. They're teasing commercials. This is the Budweiser one.
All right, this is the Budweiser one that's going to be shown on Super Bowl Sunday, but they're already pre-releasing it to let me.
It's
I don't know that.
$1.38.
Yeah, I was going to say. Hold on now.
This is the one.
Yeah, this is the one. That's why, Bubba, they're releasing they're releasing the longer ones, and then there's shorter ones that are also coming out.
All right, so this is this is the long form, and they'll cut this up to a 30.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yes,
right.
Buddy.
Was this recorded off of somebody's TV?
Maybe.
There's a reason
Great song.
for the sunshine sky.
Man, this is pretty strong. This is pretty strong.
Yeah,
man.
it's really important to not forget those kegs.
Is it hitting you in the feels, Bubba?
No, but yeah, it is. This is pretty cool.
There's a reason why I'm feeling
cool.
so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us.
Well, you think, can you imagine if it would have smashed a groundhog?
So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling. Where your love can hide, just feel the thunder.
If the guy driving the wagon was Bubba, he would have been like, "Who lost my keg? Dang it, Lummy!"
Bubba said, 1 keg ain't no mean nothing. Yeah, when we get there, we'll just say we dropped one.
How shaken up is that beer now?
Yeah, that's going to be a little foamy. You're going to have to let that set for about a week.
A horse walks into a bar, and what?
I'll be darned.
That horse followed me 90 miles into town.
Yeah? What else there, buddy? I mean, that's pretty strong.
I really got a question, though, how Budweiser's delivering their beers. I mean, this, putting it on like a back of a wagon.
It's all ceremonial.
Yeah. Hold on, let me. So then you sent me, that was that one.
Yeah.
Now what's the next one?
The next one should be the Bud Light, the teaser, and then also that's the teaser for Bud Light. And then the next one after that one is the Matthew McConaughey.
You know you're not actually allowed to drink in a beer commercial?
Since when?
You gotta wait till it's done.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
So wait, Huey Lewis, "Power of Love" was playing in the background?
Power of
But
Love.
why are they sitting around listening to "Power of Love" drinking Bud Light? They're going back to being gay. The brand's gay again.
Let me know. Now, is there one more?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey one.
Well, you're paying big bucks for McConaughey.
He's all over the place, man.
Matthew McConaughey. Which one is that?
He's
this
doing
one?
Hunter Law's commercials.
What's his famous?
All right.
All right. So you've been in a car wreck. All right. And you got a neck, and you're hurting. Your neck's a little hurting, right?
Kyle Shovel Face now.
I'm telling you right now. All right. Not only they got them a good-looking girl up in there, but they got them a hell of a man in there too. And you just give them a call, and they'll make it all right.
Your wife cheated on you, and things are looking down. But if you call Hunter Law, they'll make everything all right.
All right, you drive your Lincoln Navigator up there and talk to Gina, and she'll go ahead and sign you up. Next thing you know, you got that bitch jumping through hoops she never thought ever existed. And let me tell you something, you better get Gina before she does. Because if she gets Gina, you are not going to be all right. All right, so we have to go through these pre-ads. I don't know what this is.
Credit union that gave
Me and credit unions, like I'll ever get a credit card again in my life.
pocketed $300
Please.
out, proving that
Hey, I did get a credit card offer at 29% and a $300 limit. That's how
you
bad.
You can't even get groceries.
Right, I know.
Thanks a lot, Biden.
I went through some tough financial times.
Yes.
My credit took a hit. I'm probably the only guy that went from an 820 down to a 550
black card.
And I'm probably the only guy that had a black card that now is being offered
cards for.
It's not.
You hit the X.
Okay, all right, here we go. Get all this stuff here. I'm probably the only guy that had an American Express black card that now the only way I can get a card is if it's 29% interest, $90 entry fee, and a $300 limit for this first 6 months with a possibility of going to 6.
From black card to blacklist, the Bubba the Love Sponge story.
Oh my God, you're right, Carl. You're right.
There we go.
You wrote the sequel to the documentary.
That'll be out in 2047. The sequel.
The Bears. Sounds good, but not the man. The Bears. Here we go. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. Oh, getting close. The Bears. No. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears.
like it.
That's Seth every Sunday before the game.
Ashley's President's Day sale.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I like him in general. Brian, how do you feel about Matthew McConaughey? I like him.
I like it. I would have liked maybe somehow incorporating Chris Farley's brother into it.
Maybe that's the main commercial.
But I hope so, because that would be a nice homage to Farley and what he did with the Bears.
Anything with him and Woody Harrelson together is just brilliant. And, they get high and stoned every single night.
What's the difference between high and stoned?
I think high can be on anything.
Oh.
Stoned is kind of on weed.
Strictly on weed.
Yeah, stoned is weed, and high could be like mushrooms.
Cocaine.
Here's the deal. Seth gets stoned. The Nashes and Mushroom Mitch get high.
Yes, exactly.
I'm just saying.
Gotcha.
Colton gets stoned. The Nashes and Mushroom Mitch get high.
Yeah,
the Nashes could be. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. I like that.
Yeah. Certain people just get stoned. That's it. Weed only. That's all I need. But the Nashes, man, you offer them LSD, mushrooms, Adderall, anything. You offer them anything that is somewhat illicit and it alters your mind and can take you off of this planet, they're on. One time at Bubba Raceway Park, they come love me every year, and they got so high on acid that they were in their underwear in lawn chairs in the middle of a field. That very back 40.
Yes.
Before we put campers back there, it used to be just that. That's where they camped, and nobody else bothered them. They were in lawn chairs in their underwear. They'd been up all night long partying. They'd already wrecked on their mini bikes and were scraped all up. And they were watching the sun come up from the east, and they thought it was a spaceship getting them.
Oh. Sounds like a blast to me.
So I roll out there about 9 o'clock. In the morning, because I got to get the track ready, and they're gripped. They're literally on their lawn chairs, gripped, just holding on because they think they're being invaded. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, man, we took acid last night with mushrooms. We haven't been to bed.
Your face was probably melting off while you were talking to
I'm
him.
like, you guys need to go to bed. Like, we can't. We're like, we can't even get out of this chair. I'm like, well, I have to get the track ready. I got to go, guys. What time you guys fixing lunch? Because, they're always conjuring up something on the grill back there. Hello, who's this? Hello, you're on the air. Caller, you're live. I
think you switched to 2.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, the big story, and actually there's I think a television station that I have the live feed on right here. The American Airlines flight. Here it is. Here's a live feed from it, and we can go live to
efforts and more. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. So yes, we've been out here at Dangerfield Island all throughout the morning.
So there was a American airliner regional jet carrying about 65 people, and it collided and crashed into the Potomac River with an American military helicopter.
Black Hawk.
And
Black Hawk down.
Yeah. So the jet collided with the helicopter. They're pulling bodies from the Potomac River. And this is actually the live NBC4 affiliate out of DC. Live. This is like a live feed.
First responder presence at the airport here. We're just south of Reagan National and off over to the right on the other side of the Potomac River. We know from our reporting from our Paul Wagner that was able to get confirmed from 2 sources that there have been at least 30 bodies pulled from the wreckage site of this helicopter and plane crash that occurred last night. Just incredibly horrific.
Now, Brian, when they pull 30 bodies from there, are they fairly intact, you think? Or do you think they could have blown to smithereens? I mean, if you were to guess, what do you think
I mean, it would depend on where in the plane they were, but
Yeah.
I imagine most of the bodies that they're pulling are fairly intact.
Search around the waters.
Probably
they're
getting some
dealing
limbs.
with difficult conditions. We've been talking about this all
that's the
throughout
plus
the
on the
morning.
end.
The water here is extremely cold. It's been cold for a while because we had extremely cold temperatures last week.
And think about, man, how much of to be a law enforcement scuba diver. That's a whole division. They have the SWAT team, they have the bomb squad, they have the negotiation team. They have the hostage crisis team. They have the school shooter team. But I mean, they have the scuba
search and rescue.
Yeah,
a lot of forces use. My understanding is volunteers for that. So they're volunteer deputies that are scuba divers,
certified.
Yeah,
right.
That will help out.
A lot of people take flights
or scuba diver instructors around the area, right?
My sister actually lives across the street in the Potomac Yard, Crystal City area. I've taken lots of flights here, so it's really just starting to, I think, hit for a lot of.
Where was the plane headed?
It was coming from Wichita.
Yeah, it was descending.
Oh, it was descending in.
Island this morning. Thank you, Jessica.
We have some brand new closed-circuit TV security camera video we want to show you. We want to warn you before we show you this video.
This is the live feed from the NBC4 affiliate in Washington, D.C.
Impact, so we want to make sure that you turn.
Trump needs to get out there and put some
They're
scuba
going to show
on.
the impact. Let's see it.
All right.
Right here.
Okay, so there you go. So this looks like from the tarmac. You see a plane is pulling into a gate there, and then right above it, you saw that fireball.
It went down quick.
Wow. And here it is again. Yeah. So we believe that is the moment of impact.
You
there
believe?
You have it. The flight from American Airlines and that black helicopter.
Now, which one's his helicopter, the left or the right?
The
you
left.
Can see it.
Okay. The helicopter's coming in.
And then you can see the helicopter
it looks intentional.
Very busy
That's what I'm
airport,
saying.
very
It
busy
looks
runway
intentional,
33
man. That
when
helicopter is
happened.
going right at it.
Tough to see this morning.
There's no way he couldn't have visualized that jet.
You know, we continue to say that our thoughts are with everyone impacted by this.
He's going right at it.
As we work our way into the morning here, we've got some city cameras to show you. Is that what we're looking at right now?
It looks like a part of the plane there.
Okay, yeah. Looks like we are seeing part of the plane there as we're getting a bit more daylight, a little bit easier to see kind of what they're doing. You can see all those rescue boats. We were talking
with
a
suicide mission.
Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Chief,
that was intentional, dude. He goes right into it.
Massive response. It sounds like about 300
You don't think
crew there
that the
on the
helicopter
ground right now
pilot
and
couldn't
in the
see
water to
a
help
jet?
with this rescue recovery
Macho
effort
said they
this
were
morning.
wearing,
Some of them from
Macho said what?
They were wearing night vision goggles, which they couldn't see the plane.
folks could go out into the water and be there for the response on the
How do
scene
they
as
know
well.
they were wearing
One of
night
the
vision
interesting
goggles?
things that Jessica Albert was saying
I
is
think they
that
were.
Someone had
water is
suggested it. It's not
8 feet or
factual
so
Okay.
in this part of the
Thank you.
river. So that is why clearly we can see part of the plane right now.
Clearly.
Not as deep as some other parts.
Let me get rid of this.
But the helicopter looked like it takes no evasive action whatsoever. So at no point did it see
did look like it just went
beeline straight into
right
it.
into it. Let me go to words and we'll continue this. Also, President Trump has asked Elon. Listen, Boeing and NASA can't seem to get the astronauts back. It was supposed to be a month. It's now 8 months. And so Elon says he's going to get them. Elon says SpaceX is going to save our astronauts at the International Space Station. So
I actually saw that launch, the one that the astronauts that are up there.
What's the problem? Why can't they get them back?
Okay, so they sent up that Boeing capsule. See, this was not NASA's rocket.
So this was a private sector.
Yeah, this was kind of like
this was
Elon's
Boeing. It was Boeing's space program to take pilots to the International Space Station.
Yes,
correct.
They got up there. There was like a hydrogen leak or some type of leak. It was leaking gas from the capsule, so they weren't sure. They were supposed to come back on that capsule, but they did not bring him back because they were afraid it was going to burn up on re-entry. So they
got the capsules up there, but it's broken.
Mm-hmm, and they already had 2 astronauts up there that had been up there for like 6 months that had to come down first. So the people that were stuck up there had to wait in line.
So, and now Boeing, whose leaky spacecraft, they can't take rickety-ass leaky spacecraft, they can't take back because they're afraid.
Yep.
And nobody seems to be wanting to get up there. Elon, upon prodding from the president, said, "I'll go get them."
See, they had to wait for Elon to send another 2 up. So then once those 2 get on the spacecraft, they're bringing the other 2
All right,
back.
so they're going to send 2 more up and then switch them out.
Yes.
And Elon stuff, I don't think Elon stuff's brakes. I don't think Elon's had a catastrophic situation with SpaceX yet?
Nah, well, it's experimental Starship that is launching.
It blew up, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's experimental, and they push those things as hard as they can.
Was that the one that was going to go to Mars?
Yes.
Right. It's going to be tougher to go to Mars. All right, we got that and more coverage of the American airline flight that collides with a military helicopter in the Washington, D.C. They've recovered 30 bodies from the Potomac River, and they're thinking, I think initial reports were there were 65 on board.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're about halfway there.
Oof.
We'll get, again, we got that live feed. I don't know if I got to find that live feed again, Lummy. I lost it. I'll find that as well. Right. Stand by.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
If y'all want any space content, she could always
I mean, space content sounds good to me.
Okay. I was just saying.
How often are those? So what'd you see from Colton's house last night?
That was SpaceX.
That was it? Oh,
yeah, that
it?
was all the way across the state. I was able to see it.
Would I have been able to see it in St. Pete?
Yeah.
No, they block it out there.
All right, you know what? I don't know how the sky works, all right, Brian? So
I don't know how the sky works.
Let me just talk to my buddy.
So,
Pat.
do I see the same moon that Colton sees every night, or is it a different one?
What a fucking asshole!
Seth, welcome to my world.
I mean, a couple of guys.
Welcome to my world.
I can't
He
talk
sits over there ready to pounce on you the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking space content with my man Pat, and then
I'm just saying, Kristen
jumps
would get
in and
some
tries to fucking shove it right up your ass.
Elon's averaging 3 launches a week
don't
on
know
this.
how
So that's how much he's putting up, and a lot of it's Starlink satellites.
Well, just let me know if the next time one's going up so I can take a peek.
Okay.
Fucker.
You better check your local listings, make sure it's not blocked out in your area. The NFL won't let you watch
Bubba,
it.
can I go?
Okay. Seth, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start this.
I didn't even know.
You didn't start the fire.
Oh my fuck! I'm gonna drink this hand sanitizer.
I've done that before. It's not cool.
The parody's up on your button bar.
Good morning, Quicker Ticker.
It will get you fucked up though.
Oh man.
Dude,
What's
I
it
farted
called?
over here. You don't want to
Smell
come.
myself?
Whew, it's bad. Bad times. I got something
Blue
brewing.
and Bravo, 2 months.
I got to smell myself. Okay, I got it.
Just gonna enjoy a blueberry muffin over here.
Nothing to look at here. Nothing to see. Nothing to criticize. Nothing to be mean about.
Well,
We're having fun, guys.
you're having fun, Brian.
Yeah.
You're having a
We're
lot
your
of fun.
we're your therapy. You get out all of your frustration from work and
His
life.
mother-in-law.
His mother-in-law.
Right out on us.
His wife, his kid.
Have you,
Permagron, I have been on a Disney cruise.
Have you,
like his eggs over there.
have you thought of my idea about turning your mom-in-law out? I mean,
Come on, man.
make some money.
What do you say?
Man.
He's trying to turn Brian's mother-in-law out. You know,
How's your muffin?
as a prostitute.
How's your muffin, Seth?
It's fucking better than those liberal tears you were shedding on January 20th, fucker.
I'm real torn up that my taxes are going down and your taxes are going up. So, real torn up over that.
Dude, he just threw a tax thing in my face.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's saying he's like an elitist tax bracket guy.
He's an elitist fuck is what he is.
You and your fucking smarmy warranty.
Well, I mean, it's just one thing to be a swarmy warranty, but now he's tax bracket. You're not in my same tax bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Boasting.
You're saying that I was crying liberal tears on January 20th.
Yeah, you know, I don't think that's, I don't know if that's a blow for blow.
I was drying my tears with hundos, buddy. The hundos that I'm saving under Trump's administration.
This guy's a fucking prick, man. Any way you look at it.
Or people like me losing my Snap and EBT.
Mike, I'm just going off of the estimates that were put out. I don't think that there really is a concrete tax plan at this point. I'm just being funny, sir. My life's been good every moment I've been alive.
Oh my God!
From Republican presidents to the worst president ever to the best president of our lifetime. My life's been good through all of it.
From rapping Ronnie Reagan to fucking Donald Trump,
It
right?
doesn't matter, man. When you're winning, you're winning.
And when you're losing, like me and Seth,
you
we
don't.
just keep losing.
If you're a winner, you don't blame the refs.
I'm pushing.
And that's what the president
Mine's
is.
a
The
push. I'm a
referee.
push. I'm a push in life. I'm just getting by. I pay my bills.
So what do you say to those people blaming the refs for the Chiefs?
Oh, I don't know.
Chiefs are winners, man. You're a loser. Losers blame the refs. Losers blame the president.
When you do,
winners win.
There we go.
Winners win.
Losers blame the president. Oh man, I feel alive.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Lummy. 304. I got. What's my like?
Look, Alpha.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabeto studios.
Aquabeto.com/Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
BubbaArmyHQ.com. One-stop shopping. Everything you need. Bubba-wise. From all of our... From old to new podcasts and old to new complete shows. It's got a search engine on there, so if you're looking for something specifically, if you wanted to, every time Stormy Daniels was on this show, type in Stormy Daniels, boom, it'll get it to you.
Almost.
Such a dick. And Seth, he's your guy, and he's kind of really turned on you today. Very aggressively.
This is what you get. You voted for this.
I didn't vote for this.
Well,
maybe should we take an inner show vote as to whether Brian is getting too irritating? We need to let him go.
I say we assassinate him.
I think I'm just going to at least cancel the Blizzard today. I've been hurt enough.
Yeah.
Brian just already put himself in it. He said, I'm in a different tax bracket. I'm better than you.
I didn't say I'm better than you. You said I was crying liberal tears since January 20th.
And then you said, well, I'm rich now, and Trump's going to make me richer, and you're going to be paying more taxes.
I said, I'm not the one crying. I have no need to cry.
All right.
My life's been great since 1982.
I'll tell you, two people that are crying are the two people that are, thousands. How many thousands of miles? To my understanding, the International Space Station is just right outside the atmosphere where space starts.
T-shirt
it's not outer
$20,
space.
Babyface Thursday.
Woo!
T-shirt well.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Babyface Brigade, mountain up.
So, but I mean, it's not like the moon. Isn't the moon like 10 times further than where these guys really are?
You can fit every planet in our solar system in between us and the moon. That's how far away it is.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So are you kind of a space nerd a little bit?
Yeah,
growing up to where when you grow up in Volusia County and you've watched, you can literally look out your back door and see every launch. From the what was the Challenger?
The Challenger
blew
was
up?
39 years ago this week. It exploded, and it was the first big news story because I was in first grade. They took us out to see the launch because they had a teacher going up on the rocket.
Right.
She was doing the lesson plans for all the classes and stuff. And they took us out there, and it blew up, right in front of our eyes. And the teachers, they sent us home for the day.
For the day?
Yeah, because they had to bring in grief counselors because we were
soft.
Well,
Yeah.
I understand that, but I mean, we saw that. I saw it explode with my own eyes.
I was in college. I was at Jones Hall, hanging out, but I was supposed to be in class. If I remember right, it was 11 or 12 at noon, or I forget what time it was. Do you remember, Tuttle, what time it was?
It was early morning because
it was early. It was before 10 a.m.
And
it was 9:30 or something.
Hardest freeze that this state had ever had.
Even harder than we just most recently had.
I mean,
it was 11:39 a.m.
Yeah, there you go. I knew.
Bubba nailed it, man. You are a savant.
Thank you.
You are a savant.
Thank you. I knew it because you know why? I was going to my buddy because lunch opened up at 11:30.
Bubba Bay sit around
Hold on,
food.
for real. Listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you what happened. How I saw the Challenger. So lunch opened up at 11:30. I was in Jones Hall. I lived in room 513. And so my buddy lived I think he lived in 520. And I had 11 o'clock class, but I skipped it because I was like, I skipped all my classes. I hate going to class. So college wasn't for me. I can't sit down in a classroom and listen to a teacher tell me something. I just can't. That was before the internet. I was keeping myself busy. Let me just, masturbating and go to the weight room and taking steroids. So I remember walking down to my buddy and saying, hey, like 11:25, in our dorm room, there were 4 dormitories kind of built in a quad, and in the middle of it, if you can picture this, the middle of all 4 dormitories was the cafeteria. And the cafeteria was badass. Like it was old school cafeteria kind of deal. Good food, really good food. You know how they call it the freshman 15?
Yep.
Where you can gain 15 pounds because the food is just so good at college?
45.
Yeah, appreciate it. But
beefing up for the offensive line.
The freshman 45, a lot of it was steroids. So anyway, I go down to my buddy's room at 11:25, and I go, hey, you ready to go down to lunch? He goes, hey, give me a few minutes. I gotta do something. He had to do something. So he has the TV on. He has his little TV on. And so I just sit down on his bunk bed waiting for him to get ready. And next thing you know, it flashes across the screen, the Columbia disaster.
Challenger.
The Challenger disaster. And they're like, oh, my God, we got to watch this. So we watched it for like an hour. And lunch closed at 1 o'clock. I'm like, listen, dude, we can sit here and watch him do all this footage and stuff, but we're going to miss lunch if we don't get down there. Of course, I didn't miss a lunch.
Do you know that there supposedly is the cockpit like audio that they really did not die when it exploded?
No, they actually, the cockpit separated from the explode. They did not die from the explosion. They died upon impact
of the ocean.
And they didn't have like a parachute system where the cockpit would detach and then they would parachute down. And I don't know if they've developed that since, or if I don't know.
They have emergency protocols now with Elon sending people
so
up.
How high did it get when it exploded?
It was not that up. So they get up a certain part, and then they tell them to throttle up or whatever. So they're hitting like max Q. And once that did, that's what caused all the extra pressure, and it was from a blown out O-ring.
Right.
From the
30-cent O-ring that had frozen.
Yep.
And cracked, and cracked, and allowed the fuel to get into I don't know.
Do you know that there's a documentary on Netflix?
I watched it.
You will get so angry.
I watched it because it was almost like NASA. They were told by the rocket people, do not launch.
Yep.
Do not launch. The people that make the rocket boosters, they would have to, the protocol would be, they would have to get them on the phone along with the head of NASA, and they would have to all agree, okay, we're going to, and hadn't that launch been scrubbed?
Yes.
Like 4 times before?
Yeah, bad weather. It was a clear day. And this one guy, remember they had a guy on there that was covering the citrus industry because it was so cold. And they were like, hey, we want you to go cover the launch. And he was one of the main guys there.
And so, morning of the launch, the rocket people are telling the government, we're scrubbing it. And I think the government or NASA said,
we got to do it for the taxpayers.
Well, they threatened to not do business with these rocket launcher people anymore if they didn't, co-sign on. So they internally made these memos and stuff prior to the launch. Internally, the rocket launch company had internally kind of documented that they're not for this. They're kind of being coerced and forced into signing off on this launch. So that was part of the United States government did a big, like a Warren, like they did for the John F. Kennedy. They did a big investigation kind of deal. And did you send it to me?
Well, I sent you what the transcript is. I'm trying to find the audio, but if you scroll down, you kind of see toward the end where it says loss of all data.
Oh, is this you mean like as they're going up?
Yeah.
I don't want to read it.
Have you ever seen, they have a POV, they had a camera on what would be the dash of the space shuttle. So you actually get to see what it's like inside one of those when it launches.
Did they have one on this one?
No, they did not, no.
All right. So here's Trump. He asked his boy Elon, "Can you go get the people up?" This would, Brian. I mean, you're right down the middle, and you're MAGA matroni, but you're really not. But you are fair. Like, you're fair.
Yeah.
Like, if Trump does something cool or good or a good PR move, you'll say, yeah, it's a pretty good move.
I'm not going to sit here and blame Trump for the bird flu that's killing off the chickens and getting rid of eggs.
That's Biden's fault.
But hold on. But I'm also not going to blame Biden. Like that. Like,
Right,
if you're going to be intellectually honest, that's nothing that can put anybody's tab. You can't put on any. No president's going to be responsible for this bird flu.
Right.
So you're intellectually going to be honest. Would you not say that if Trump can pull this off with Elon and get these guys back, that would be a great PR move?
It's great. Not just great PR. I'm sure the two people in space want to come home.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm the only guy that really cared about the astronauts, so I went and got my friend, and he got him out. Sleepy Joe didn't care, didn't hold Boeing responsible, nothing like that. I got him back.
This morning, a new plan potentially being put in motion.
I mean, you could see Trump doing that, right? I mean, absolutely.
To bring home those American astronauts who've been on the International Space Station for nearly 8 months.
I wonder if they're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
they have done research, though.
Research. I'm talking about vaginal and penile research.
Yes. No, I mean, yes, they've definitely have done sex experiments
with each other.
Not these two, but it's been done.
But he's saying these two are banging. It's been 8 months.
I mean, I don't know if I know you're probably married to significant others here on Earth, but I mean,
It's longer than initially planned. NBC's Christine Romans joins us with the details on this one. Christine, this got a lot of people talking this morning.
It really, really did. Look, good morning. President Trump is asking Elon Musk's SpaceX.
Elon, send up one of your rocket ships and get the people back immediately.
To bring back 2 American astronauts earlier than scheduled from the International Space Station. They've been stuck on that space station since June. Remember, after those problems with their Boeing Starliner capsule. This was in a post on Truth Social last.
Now, will Boeing?
They're done. They're selling off all their stuff after this.
Will they still stay in the? Will they still stay in the making of regular airplane business?
See,
they're just not going to. They're out of space.
This is aerospace.
Hey, it looks like Elon's got a Bubba Army shirt on.
I know it did look like that.
Somebody, doctor that up for me.
So, but no, that on top of the door blowing out.
Now, can the government, fine them? Or, penalize them for this?
I mean,
or can the government could the government make them pay the expenses?
It's probably in the contract, that they sign with them to do it. There may be some sort of insurance policy or it would be contractual. I don't think there would be anything.
Where the government says if we have to go up and get them, you have to pay the tab. It's like almost paying attorney fees.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
The other thing is now Bezos is in the commercial flight game now, and
Bezos is in the space game.
Yeah, so now they're worried that there's going to be a Space Jam, not the movie, at the launches at KSC. There's not enough.
Are they going to have to build more launch pads? Maybe
they are going to have to,
because that's a money making thing for the government, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean, usually we are losing money, but if we can make money.
Tonight, President Trump said he asked Elon Musk and SpaceX to, quote, go get the 2 astronauts who he says, quote, have been virtually abandoned in space by the Biden administration.
Of course, you got to blame the Biden on it.
Trump adding,
it was Biden's fault that Boeing had a faulty design. I know it was. It just was. Sleepy Joe doesn't know anything.
Elon will soon be on his way. Good luck, Elon. In a post then on X, hours earlier, Musk confirming that he and SpaceX will do so. NASA announced plans last month to return both astronauts, Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore, no earlier than late March aboard a SpaceX capsule, which is docked at the ISS right now. But they aren't leaving right now because NASA's plan is to fly a new crew to the space station to replace them. So President Trump is essentially trying to speed up that timeline for a plan that's already in place, but then place blame on the Biden administration here.
So then, I mean, what has this experience been like? They've talked publicly about this with the astronauts.
This is a long time. I mean, for most of us, Earthlings, this is a long time. But their original mission was supposed to last just over a week. It turned into months.
1 week.
Yeah.
1 week.
Do you know that these two are going to have a lot of issues when they come back?
Health issues.
Yeah, because atrophy.
Hold on, health issues?
Yeah, but
muscle atrophy, zero gravity. Think about it. Whenever
Bone
you
density.
walk, whenever you walk, you're resisting, right? There's a little
every
bit,
step's a rep for my fat
step's
ass.
a rep, right? And they have no steps.
Seth
They're just
goes out
floating.
walking every day after the show, staying in shape.
Yeah, so that's a big thing. Do you know that there's 2 identical twin astronauts that they did this experiment with? They sent one up and he stayed, I think, 14 months in space, and then they left his identical twin on Earth to be able to compare, like, how much.
I don't know this. Tuttle is a space nerd, is he not? And what was the was the guy on Earth like? The incredible?
Well, they're here now. One was me and one was Lummy. I was stuck in space. Lummy stayed on Earth.
There was a bunch of and your organs. There's issues with organs and stuff because
Now, Brian, could they?
Yeah, gravity on your digestive system.
No. Could they sue Boeing, or do you think that they had to sign all kinds of paperwork?
I'm sure that there's an assumption of risk that this is something that they know could happen,
right? Including blowing up as soon as like the Challenger did.
Yeah, well, now that's different than
But you're not flying these rockets.
Did the Challengers family get compensated at all?
I'm sure they got thrown some money.
Well, what do you think about they had a contest to get a civilian to fly up in the Challenger, and the person that came, I think Chrissy McCullough was like second, and the first person, I guess they kind of like passed on with like some other stuff. She got bumped up, and she was the one that ended up dying.
Well, I think the other person had maybe some health, they weren't physically cleared to do it, I think, if I recall, but I'm not certain.
Checking back live with the Channel 4 NBC affiliate in D.C. to see if there's any new updates.
I mean, a helicopter lives in that space, but a jetliner that's its most critical stage, and you're at your most busy stage. So he's on a final, and he's coming in. There's not a instrument approach to runway 3.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
So they don't want us to know the truth, Bubba.
That happened with the collision of these aircrafts.
Who's this?
We know that includes families from across our region as well as in Kansas and across
director
the country.
At a hospital?
This morning, we all share in a profound sense of grief. I do want to thank the first responders who acted quickly last night, who ran towards danger,
the mayor of DC.
went into a very frigid,
the mayor of DC,
yes, and have worked throughout the night.
Seems like all Democratic urban areas have African American females as mayors.
Didn't they used to have Mayor Barry?
Yeah, he was doing
cokehead?
He was no crack.
And those teams have worked.
Got busted doing crack in a hotel room while he was the acting mayor.
Conditions.
Yeah, but they set
and got
him
away
up.
with it.
Them for their heroic efforts. So we'll have several updates today. I'm first going to turn to the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, and then you will hear directly from Chief John Donnelly with a situational update.
All right, this guy's from the...
Thank you, Mayor.
Again,
Sean Duffy here, Secretary of Transportation. We wish we were gathering for different purposes today. I just want to let you know that the Department of Transportation, the FAA, along with the White House, President Trump, local, state, and federal partners, all working together on this incident in unison. I couldn't be prouder of this team that's been assembled.
I'm assuming everybody in the helicopter died too. I'm assuming. How many people were in the helicopter?
Three.
Give all of you, and some of you reported this, but last night, if you live in the D.C. area, you would know that this was a clear night last night. The helicopter was in a standard pattern.
All right, here we go.
If you live in the D.C. area, you'll see helicopters up and down.
So this is really I think he's really going to lay it out for us.
Seen oftentimes when you live in D.C. This was a standard flight pattern last night as well. The American Airlines flight coming into land was in a standard flight pattern as it was coming into DCA. So this was not unusual with a military aircraft flying the river and aircraft landing at DCA. And again, if you live in the area, you'll see that frequently with those two aircraft working.
All right, so they both were, doing, I guess, in standard protocol.
As you many
one coming in and descending and landing, and the other one, maneuvering around. The helicopter
of the American Airlines plane was inverted. It's been located in 3 different sections. It's in about waist deep water, so that recovery is going to go on today. as that recovery takes place of the fuselage of the aircraft. NTSB is going to.
Man, can you imagine waist deep water and you're, bumping into bodies and body parts and
American people? I would just say that safety is our expectation. Everyone who flies in American skies expects that we fly safely, that when you depart an airport, you get to your destination. That didn't happen last night. And I know that President Trump, his administration, the FAA, the DOT, we will not rest until we have answers for the families and for the flying public. You should be assured that when you fly, you're safe. Thank you.
That'll be a Super Bowl commercial for Delta.
Somebody in the chat had said this, but I ended up looking it up just to confirm. Several members of the U.S. figure skating team were on board.
Yeah, that
and the two Russian, they were the world champions.
Yeah, so Tanya Harding is definitely behind this.
She was driving the Blackhawk?
She was definitely.
Kerrigan turning heel.
She hired somebody.
No, it was Tanya Harding.
It was Tanya Harding. She was about to make a comeback, man.
Her cousin was actually the pilot for the Huey that went into her. What kind of was it? A Black Hawk?
Yes.
It was a Black Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We'll do. I got just a plethora of information to talk about with regards to this mid-air collision that looks like it killed everybody. In fact, including I think air traffic control audio.
Yes.
We have that as well. We'll do it next.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
It's a swimming team.
Yeah. Well, it is
Too soon.
There is some.
Too soon.
There probably is ice on the river, though. There is ice on the river, probably.
Too soon. If it would have been the swimming team, we might have had some survivors. Wow, that's stiff. Funny, but stiff.
Bubba, he's all perched up here at our area.
Our area. I love the way you included it, so he'd give a shit.
It's a very aggressive stance to take. This is our area.
I was watching him eat. You got your area. This is Seth's, and he's fine. He's trying to draw you into this. That's why I said our area, because he knew you wouldn't give a shit.
No, he cares.
I care about his.
He cares.
You're coming in. See, look at Seth's body language.
You're disrupting my well-being.
He's learned. He's like Greg and Amy. Let me eat 25 for the baby face and
want to see my bush.
Thanks, Greg and Amy. Love you guys.
I'll get you guys on the air when we go.
Seth is exposed. First of all, HR. Where's Eric?
I'm talking my bush, Bubba.
Dude, he's showing me his pubes, man.
What?
He just showed me his pubes.
And he's just standing here looking at him. He doesn't even go away.
What am I supposed to do? It's in my face.
No, it's like when you fucking shoo away a raccoon with a broom.
It's like watching a plane crash. You're not going to divert your eyes. It's not what you want to see, but if somebody's showing it to you, you know?
I feel you.
You're not going to not look.
You go to the bathroom?
I'm going to urinate.
Will you take a shirtless pic for me?
Sure.
In there? Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Hey, Bubba, can you cancel our podcast today, please?
He literally took Crystal.
I just got a text from Phoebe and that Sammy's sick and he's picked up his.
Well, no, you know what? I'm
thinking about going deep.
No, can maybe just say we need this. You think
maybe
it's too
you two
much.
need to be separated.
Yeah.
Because he is kind of like.
Yeah, something happened today.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll make a slow suggestion, and then you got to come in. I need support from you though.
Well, no, Tuttle's saying he knows he's mad.
I know Mania when I see it.
Tuttle and Lummy, I need backup.
Okay.
Of
Okay.
I'm just gonna make an observation, and then you guys back me up.
Oh, I'm jumping on this one.
Okay.
Right all the way to the fucking ground. Fucking putting the nose right in the ground.
This is what Tuttle drove here for today.
Yeah. So it is okay for me to Tuttle him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bless you, my little Lummy.
Thank you.
Sure is. It is.
Where'd Seth go? Took a shirtless picture.
Wait, try to get us further from you.
But
He's already put an HR complaint in.
Oh, he exposed himself to me.
Do you have proof? Or is it a he said, she said?
I mean, we've got the audio. It's a he said. He said. He didn't deny it.
Are you sure it was his pubes, not his stomach hair?
I'm gonna be under here waiting for him when he comes in. Shh.
Oh,
Where is that bitch?
Where's that shirtless picture of that little bitch? Is that what you were doing, Seth?
I was urinating.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck are we doing? What is happening here? What kind of fucking jungle gym have you turned this into?
You want me to text that to you?
What the fuck are we doing, man?
There's been an HR complaint filed on.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito Studios. Aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Is Mitch Dixon Mushroom Mitch?
Mushroom Mitch.
20 from him. Of course, speaking about PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. That's how we keep the show on the air. You know, it's grifting at its finest. Thank you.
Babyface Brigade.
I'm the only one that can do it.
Let's mount up, Babyface Brigade. Come on strong for Thursdays. Bubba doesn't like having me here, but he does like the money. So.
Fish on the J, and of course, Greg and Amy. All on the PayPal. PayPal's quite brisk today. Thank you so very much. So we have a little bit of a situation. We have to cover a couple of very important stories, but we have an underlying. I would say there's some underlying tension right now with regards to Babyface's aggressiveness towards Seth. Seth's already put in an HR complaint. We're going to deal with that here momentarily. But let me cover this.
I've already sought out representation too.
You have?
Yes, from Dan Newland.
Here we go.
You picked the right Dan.
So we're talking about. The fact that the U.S. skating team and then two Russians,
world champions,
who are the world champions, were on this plane and are part of the deceased.
Well,
here's a story for that.
Well, they might have survived if it was a swim team.
They said more than half are still strapped. They were strapped in. They could see it.
Oh my God, Lummy!
Why now they're saying what, Lummy?
They were strapped. Like a lot of them were still strapped in. They could see it, like with the.
They're still
planes or like from helicopters that are flying over.
Why would you tell us that, Lummy?
What are you talking about?
The people that died.
They're still in their seatbelts.
They can't get. They're in the plane. They were strapped in.
You're saying that some of the perished were in their seatbelts.
Correct. They're still in there.
The bodies are being recovered, they're finding them still in their seatbelts.
Correct.
So did they die
I'm guessing they died on impact.
Yeah, I think they said most of it caught on fire.
Brian comes in with a very crass, trying to be funny joke, saying if they were instead of being members of the U.S. skate team, and the two world champion Russian skaters, that if this would have been the swim team, we might have less casualties.
And that's not
what
the Brian
said.
That's not the Brian that we know. That's not the baby
It's
face we know.
Magamatroni, man.
That's not the kind-hearted Brian we know.
It's Magamatroni.
U.S. figure skating, that in a statement from them, that several members of the figure skating community are believed to have been on board that regional jet flying from Wichita, Kansas to Washington, D.C. There was the U.S. Figure Skating Championship wrapped up on the 26th in Wichita. We believe that there was a development camp following that may have just wrapped up, and it may have been figure skaters from that development camp who were on board that flight which collided with the helicopter. We've also heard from the Russian news agency TASS that a Russian figure skater and coach, who are apparently married, were also on board that flight. Joining us now, Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub, who is a former Army battalion commander and Black Hawk pilot. Lieutenant Colonel Gaub, thank you for being here. Tell me a little bit about, from your experience as a Black Hawk pilot. As I understand it, they'd have been on visual flight rules, Colonel.
This guy's accent's pissing me off.
Yeah, why can't we get an Americans? I mean, what the hell?
Especially on Fox.
It's an American tragedy. It should be an American delivering us the news.
Exactly.
I don't care what test he passed.
America. It's America.
The things that you see.
A guy looked like Buck, with a beard, a little bit of a South Carolina twang with some swag.
Clearly a DEI hire.
Exactly, clearly.
In a nighttime flight like that.
Yeah, Jonathan. Well, first of all, being in a helicopter like that, you're nearly always operating close to the ground, especially around D.C., within 200 feet or so of the ground. And as has already been mentioned, the potential for that having been deviated from to have climbed to a further higher altitude may be a significant point if proven to be a fact. Now, operating under visual flight rules versus instrument flight rules. The instruments, you're listening to an air traffic controller who is telling you what altitude to hold, what heading to hold, and really guiding you through this.
Now, have they determined that both of these aircraft were where they were supposed to be according to the instructions given to them by air traffic control? And is this an air traffic control problem?
Well,
because I'm just saying, they are absolutely God. When I have 600 hours in the right seat of my plane that I used to have, and I mean they rule, like, you cannot deviate from their instructions. You can request if you'd like to go higher, like to go lower, and they will look at traffic and things like that. But I mean, like, what they say goes, and it's final. And
I hear they're overworked, and right now
they are overworked. But I mean, they've always been overworked. But so what I'm saying is, I mean, upon investigation, I know that probably the regional jet that was on descent was probably exactly where he's supposed to be, because he's on descent and getting ready to land. And in the helicopter had to have communications with the air traffic control if he's in that area.
So I did hear from, I think it was Grouper Lips said that they have air traffic control trying to communicate with the Black Hawk helicopter, but never getting confirmation of the communication from the Black Hawk.
There you go.
So they may have been on a different line or different frequency. Different frequency,
right?
Rather.
Because when you're just flying, whether it's you're flying a commercial, that sounded like a spill.
It's not spill.
Okay.
I sent you.
Bubba, there'd have to be liquid left in the cup for it to spill.
Right, but hold on.
This guy drinks it all.
So I'm just telling, they'll hand you off. Like, if you're flying, when you're flying, regardless if it's a big commercial liner or you're just driving your Cessna 172, while you're flying, they have ground, and then they have tower, and then they have, so they switch you several different times. So as this American Airlines regional jets, flying, when he's just flying, he's on one, he's talking to one dude. But when you get within a certain distance of the airport, they'll say contact approach. and then you contact another person, which kind of hones in on all the traffic that's trying to land. And let's not forget, they're also controlling the traffic that's taking off as well, keeping everybody equal distance and safe and things like that. So you get handed off a couple different times, and as you fly, if you flew from here, you'd be with Tampa Center. Then as you get to about past Ocala, Tampa will then hand you off to Jacksonville, and then Jacksonville will hand you off to Atlanta. So that they hand you off. They'll be like, November 140 Kilo Mike, contact Atlanta at 135.522.
All things Tibby, $50. Bubba's the GOAT. I sent you what the traffic controller's screen looked like.
All right, first of all, I'm going to play this. This is some.
This is what we see, the beeline for the Blackhawk right into it.
Right. Hold on.
There's no evasive action taken.
So if you look at, this is the American Airlines and by the way, they have their landing lights on.
They're lit up like a tree.
I mean, but at night that you have your landing lights, and boy, they are powerful. They usually have a couple of them on the landing gear, and they've got a couple on inside the wings, but they are bright because Brian, they gotta light up where you're gonna land.
Right.
So they are very, very intense.
So the helicopter pilot, I've never been one, I imagine has to see that light.
Well, here's the problem: if you're parallel, meaning you're on the side of an airplane, there's not that much illumination except your wingtips and the top of your tail.
But can't you see the luminous ball at the front of whatever it is?
Maybe, but maybe not. And so, if he's flying his heading and the American Airlines are flying their heading, they have their landing lights on. You can't necessarily assume that the helicopter can see what we're seeing because the jet's coming at us. So we're going to see his landing lights. The helicopter that's to the side of the jet may not see it. Now, is it helicopter error? I guarantee
100%.
I guarantee you it's not American Airline pilot error. It's either there's only two people to blame here potentially. The air traffic controller, who put the helicopter in the path of this, or the helicopter pilot. And it's looking like that it might be the helicopter pilot who the air traffic controller could not get on the same frequency to guide them. And so here it is. You can see that this is the American Airline regional jet getting ready to land. And this little blurb is the military Black Hawk helicopter. And that's boom, that, whew. And I got to think if you're on board, that's probably what kills you.
Well, I can't. Could you imagine though if you're looking at the window and you see
you're gonna die?
No, but you see this helicopter coming at you. Like you're on landing. I look out on landing all the time, and you can see it coming, and you're like, oh man, at first you'd probably be like, oh man, that helicopter's pretty close to us, and then you're like, oh.
I've been flying recently where you can see another jet, like a private jet, 2,000, 3,000 feet below you, going the opposite direction.
Hauling ass, too.
But and listen, and air traffic control have minimums of 1,000. So, they get planes within 1,000 feet of each other. They do. There's big highways of the sky. And they get them, there'll be a guy 1,000 feet below you and 1,000 feet above you sometimes. So you're right, Brian. Everybody's, most people look out the side of their window and watch the ground quickly approach. And then if you're under the wings, you'll see the flaps go down. And then you'll see those air brakes come up. And then you'll see them reverse thrust the motors. And that's the process. And you land. Sometimes the landing's smooth. Sometimes it's hard. But you land. And can you imagine if you're, on the right side of this aircraft, this regional American Airlines deal, and you see this helicopter, you're like, man, you're right. The helicopter looks like it's kind of close. Oh, we're going to be okay. I mean, we're landing. What's going to happen? And it gets closer, and it gets closer, and it gets closer. And then the next thing you know, man, I mean, and you got to understand, all of the wings on aircrafts are full of fuel. That's where they keep the fuel. all of the majority of all of the fuel on these planes are in the wings. So as soon as you hit, and this is jet fuel, which is highly more volatile than your 87 octane that Seth's putting in his Ford Hemi.
Sometimes I get the one in the middle.
Oh, you get the 89?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when you
feel like treating her
on payday, you feel like giving the Hemi a little extra.
Of course, yeah.
Like you want a little extra, little extra drip.
I don't want my Hemi to stray. I want my Hemi to know that I will always love and cherish it.
Never the 93 though, do you, bud? I mean, never the high dollar stuff.
Oh God, no. I'd rather put diesel in it.
It's saying that the controller, I guess, asked the Blackhawk to try to, if he saw the plane, and try to fly behind it. Behind the
minute
CRJ.
this helicopter hits the wing, there's an instantaneous explosion, and you have to know that this explosion and this type fireball is way more intense than just a gasoline explosion. This is like 100 and, I don't know what the octane of jet fuel is, but I know that the highest octane for race cars are like 116. So it's very volatile fuel.
There's some people in chat saying it has a lower flash point.
Jet fuel does?
Yeah.
I think jet fuel also is similar to kerosene.
Yep.
I think. So boom, and you're right, Brian. You're on the right side of the jet, and you're like, oh my God, this thing's gonna hit us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. Yeah, they are. By the way, Lummy, did you know the same track lights that I use? Well, that I think every racetrack. Now, some old school dirt tracks use like old stoplights from back in the day, but if you really got your act together and you're a really good, professional track, from Daytona to Eldora to Ocala Speedway, is Wheeland.
Oh, really?
And Wheeland lights. But do you know that Wheeland also makes the majority of all the airplane lights?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Wheeland, not only is Wheeland on that top of that fire truck or on top of that squad car or on top at the Daytona 500, but Wheeland also is huge in aviation.
So are you saying Wheeland be dealing?
Wheeland be dealing. If you ain't got a Wheeland, man, you don't have a light. You don't have a light. So here comes, boom, here's the impact. Bam. Now, Brian, do they die? Do they die if you're in that plane? Do you die immediately upon this?
Probably quite a few people. Yeah, probably not everybody.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Hold on, yes, Macho Man.
I just sent an image of the ADS-B system that every aircraft has nowadays. A screenshot. It says traffic, same altitude. So that's why I think this was intentional. There's no way in hell they didn't know that plane was there. Especially with all that traffic stuff going on.
So you're saying
they have alerts too, don't they?
Yeah, I just sent a screenshot.
Where did you send it?
I said it's one of your messages. It's I just resent it, so it's your last one.
It beeps and everything.
So this right here,
we'll let you know you're on a collision course.
So this is who gets to see? Who sees this? Air traffic control?
No, this isn't a plane.
This is the pilot. The pilot would see that.
can see this. It's the new system that's required by the FAA.
I know. So
it's on the screen.
So the American Airlines guy is seeing this on his screen.
No, the chopper should see that on their screen, and the airline has a more sophisticated system.
Traffic, 10 o'clock, 4 nautical miles, same attitude.
Altitude.
I'm sorry,
but
altitude.
it probably has the same attitude. You know, we're landing.
They actually, that is a term used in aviation, is the attitude of the plane. For real, they use that. But anyway, 10 o'clock, traffic. I mean, yeah, even my little stupid 414 had a trip. Traffic. Like if you were close to another, when you were taking off or whatever, it would give you a traffic warning, and it had like a horn kind of deal. So if the American Airlines guy had this 4 miles, but you got to understand, 4 miles may seem like a lot, but it's not when you're closing in on them. When this guy's, Well,
he was in landing position, so he can't maneuver. The airline couldn't maneuver. They're pretty much stuck on their course. The helicopter sure as hell.
Yeah, once they get in the glide slope, you're locked.
Yes.
But even if in the video, the part to me, and look, I can't say definitively that this was intentional. The guy is either incapacitated, the helicopter pilot, or looking at, distracted, not paying attention to anything.
Macho Man's saying this is like he did it on purpose.
But there's if you watch the video, there's no pull off. There's no attempt at the last second. You don't see the light that is the little bit of light that is the helicopter, and that you don't see it move at all. It doesn't divert. It just goes straight into that plane.
And they should have had an audible warning as well in a Black Hawk.
Final audible warning.
American 4782 by bat, not for individual. American 472, Watch Star 1 Star 32017. Did you see that? 472. American 3130, go around, turn left in 250, climb maintain 3000. You're left in 350, 3000, American 3130. American 4782 by bat, not for individual. American 472, Watch Star 1 Star 32017. Did you see that? 472. American 3130, go around, turn left in 250, climb maintain 3000. You're left in 350, 3000, American 3130.
I'm familiar with flight calls. I'm familiar with air traffic control calls, but to me, it sounds like they were talking about. They were mostly talking to the people on the ground to keep them from.
I sent you one that it says there
because that wasn't that to me didn't sound like communication with either. To me, it sounded like they were giving some ground
to
calls
another one
to people around it. To me, it didn't sound like. Now, is this it right here? Perhaps.
I'm getting the same kind of clicks. I mean, you could try to listen to it.
Pass 25, pass 1 is Georgia. This episode.
Nothing.
American 4782 by bat, not for individual. American 472, Watch Star 1 Star.
Now, was it American 472? Was that the flight that got cream? Was that the one? Is that the one that wrecked?
I believe
American
so.
472.
Pass 25, this is Georgia in flight. Pass 25, pass 1 is Georgia.
Yeah, to me, it sounds that this, Lemmy, is, although it's gurgled up and stuff, it sounds like they're trying to get a hold of the helicopter.
Yeah.
And he's not responding.
No.
Hello, who's this?
Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. What's going on? Do you have any, are you a pilot or you know anything about this?
No, but last night I was listening to Fox News, and they had their expert on there, and there's three things that you were talking about. They were saying that the military use UHF for communications, and the commercial uses VHF, and so they weren't responding on the VHF channel, but they said they did respond on the UHF, but they don't know what they said. The other thing is he said that the aircraft was told to land on another runway, so he had taken it off of auto and moved it over to manual to move the craft over. So therefore, it probably, if it was in auto, it would have tried to avoid that helicopter, but it was in manual. And then as far as the,
I think it being in manual and him not being in communication with approach is probably the recipe as to what happened.
What are you saying, that the plane was in manual?
Yeah, the helicopter. The helicopter was in manual.
Well, no, he said the plane was doing an auto landing, but then the tower asked him to move over to a runway, the next runway over. So he had taken it into manual. He thought he had taken it into manual to move it over to the other landing strip, the aircraft.
My understanding is that most airlines require the pilot to be in control at landing.
Right.
Like I don't know that auto landing is a usual thing for most commercial airlines.
It's not.
So manual would be the position you would expect the airplane to be in.
Right.
Right.
Okay. But he did say that they, in the communications that you were listening to, he asked him to move over to another runway. And then the other thing is he said that the person that said, "Did you see that?" was probably another pilot of one of the aircraft that saw it and said that to the tower on the line, just said, "Did you see that?" So, which was the explosion, of course.
Appreciate you, bud.
All right, guys, have a good one.
I see on chat here, bugle me this. I'm a dual-rated pilot, no way in a metropolitan area, and visual flight rules. Flying at the same altitude as American aircraft. That Black Hawk pilot did not see the jet along with ADBS.
He's saying no way he didn't see it. He said he's absolutely saw it. That's what he's saying there. I
think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He also said under VFR, your eye should be scanning the view in front of you, regardless of the ADS/B. Hi, who's this?
Hey, Bubba, Craig from Buffalo, certified force driver.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so I actually fly those 7 and 900s. Just thought maybe I can give a little bit of information.
All right, so you're a
about what I know that happened.
You're a pilot of the type of regional plane that was involved in this wreck.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So what do you? I'm sure you've watched all the footage. I'm sure you've seen, maybe heard air traffic control, heard the various calls. What is your opinion as to what happened on this? That you would truly be like this would be the guy to talk to. This guy.
Well, let's let him talk.
Flies this type of plane, and he would know what the news is trying to tell us. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah. No, honestly, I just think it's a freak accident. You have that Black Hawk that's at 200 feet. There are hills on both sides of that river. So when you get that low, a lot of the lights behind that airplane, it could confuse the Black Hawk helicopter pilot. I did hear that they were on a training mission. So there's a good chance that it was a new helicopter pilot that was just learning the area, and there's a chance that the instructor was saturated doing other things, just trying to talk to the trainee about stuff that's going on. And there's a good chance that they just didn't realize that they deviated from the altitude. I know that was talked about a little bit.
Have they talked about at what altitude they hit?
So the stuff that I saw, and obviously this is very new, so I don't want to speculate too much, but from what I saw, the helicopter was at like 200 feet when their recordings went out, and the airplane was at about 350. So based on the last time that they sent information, I'm thinking that that's probably where we're at, somewhere between 200 and 350 feet.
And how far from the runway? Because I'm sure he's probably at that point on his final. He's on final at that point, right? The American pilot.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's under a mile from the runway.
Right. So, I mean, you're already looking at your lights. You're looking at you're all, what is it? Red and you're dead, and white and you're all right.
Yeah.
See, I know, don't I?
Yeah, man, you know a lot.
Not a lot, but I'm roughed in a little bit. Then I know a little bit. So I mean, when you're that, you could make an aggressive maneuver, I guess, if you're there, couldn't you? If you saw the helicopter visually, but it looked like the helicopter was past I don't know. It looked like it was past the plane a little bit, where the pilots of the plane may not have been able to visually see him. But wouldn't their traffic horn been going off?
Well, yeah. I mean, what it comes down to, if the pilots of the American plane saw the helicopter, I mean, we're always trained, when in doubt, go around.
Right.
So if you see something too close, you're just throttling up and getting out of there.
Right.
But like I think Macho was mentioning earlier about ADS-B information and call-outs and stuff. The CRJ and all airliners have this thing called TCAS, the Traffic Control Avoidance System. And it monitors planes around you, and if it detects that there's going to be a collision in air, it'll tell you traffic and then climb, and you have to listen to that as a pilot. You don't listen to what ATC is saying. So I don't know if that system was out in the CRJ at that time.
Now, can you turn? Because that system has nothing to do with being on autopilot. That system's always armed.
Yes.
Right.
And I was actually looking through manuals and stuff earlier, because there are some alarms that are inhibited below 400 feet, and that's not one of them. So either that system was broken or something happened, but for the most part,
man, that system being broken on a plane that's it's in rotation to fly customers, that's a huge liability.
No, he's saying on the Black Hawk.
On the Black Hawk, you're not saying
no. On the American plane.
See, Brian, where us pilots know, bitch.
Damn.
Yeah. Us pilots know. Say you're sorry, you shovel-faced son of a bitch.
We know how high octane jet fuel is.
I knew exactly what he was talking about. So when you're hand flying it, and you turn your autopilot off, and your hand flying it, you got the yoke in your hand. That system is not determined to be turned on and off with autopilot. It's armed all the time. This system, this traffic system.
Yeah, it's armed all the time, and then we have a big book called oh, go on.
If they go on to find the black box, or to, as they'll put this crash site all back together, if they find out that system was broken, is that a huge liability on American Airlines? Because that's certainly putting your passengers at risk.
Actually, no, it's not. So there's a whole list of things called an MEL, a minimum equipment list, where you can have certain systems on the airplane not working and still get the plane through the day. So that airport that they were landing at is an American Airlines hub.
Right.
So there's a chance that, and I'm speculating a little bit here. So if that system was down, they can not have it work throughout the day, fly the plane to the hub, and then get it fixed there, where they can have a lot more parts and a lot more people that can work on the plane versus some guy in Wichita.
Is it common for a traffic system like that to take a crap, just randomly, or is that something that doesn't happen that often?
It doesn't happen that often. I've seen it twice, maybe, in the 3 or 4 years that I've been flying that plane. But I do know sometimes things do get a little wonky around the D.C. area. I don't know if that has anything to do with military radar or whatever they're doing.
Well, not only that, but within the Washington, D.C. area, they got a whole bunch of no-fly zones, like, what they call hot areas you can't even think about going into. Anything near the the government, the White House, the Capitol, the monuments, and all that. So there's very little. There's small windows of a flight, so to speak, in DC. DC is probably the most locked down area you fly into.
Yeah, it is. If you don't follow the path that they tell you to, you're gonna get a lot of attention that you don't want.
So you're saying that this is probably some brand new helicopter pilot who had his head up his ass on a training mission and literally just flew into a plane.
It's possible. I heard that it was a training mission, so obviously we'll know more as the days come out,
to get a little gruesome here, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but this is a pilot of a plane that flies this exact same plane, probably from a different airline. But would they die? You saw the explosion. Would they have died immediately upon explosion, or did they die on impact? And this is just strictly your opinion, and I'm not trying to get overly morbid here. I just want to kind of know your mindset on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Most likely. I mean, at that point, the American plane is probably doing 145, 150 miles an hour, and whoever's in the back just got hit by a helicopter. So odds are, they weren't alive past the impact. But I guess it is possible that maybe a few did survive.
They said the plane broke into 3 pieces. So
yeah,
I know that there comes a point where if you're in the cockpit and the explosion happens behind you, and you actually, become detached from the plane. The plane's obviously not flyable, but, maybe there's a portion of the plane that died upon impact, and there's a portion of the plane that died upon, impact of the water, and then there's a portion of the plane that died upon impact of the explosion, maybe.
Yeah, that's very possible. Like we were mentioning earlier, jet fuel is a lot like kerosene. So it does have to be atomized for it to light up. So in theory, if you had a cup of jet fuel, you could put a cigarette out in it or a match out in it. But as soon as it gets into the air and there's some heat applied to it, that's when it actually ignites.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, thank you so much for your insight, my friend. We appreciate it. And appreciate you being Bubba Army, my friend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, buddy.
Will you put a sticker on your plane, sir?
Put a Bubba Army sticker on your plane.
Would you like
Hey, let me ask you a question. I fly Southwest and all this kind of deal, and there's
Allegiant. He's a big Allegiant guy.
No, I hate Allegiant. But you know how you're getting on. When they put the gangway down there, and we're walking down the gangway, and then we get onto the plane. There's a certain portion of the plane that is exposed. I actually sometimes just tap the side of the plane for some good luck. But but I mean,
there's good luck. Good luck taps.
I always touch the plane to see if it's hot or cold. If I put a Bubba Army sticker,
sometimes I lick it to see what it tastes like.
If I put a Bubba Army sticker on that, would they arrest me for like defacing a plane? Would they arrest me?
I don't know if they would arrest you, but I don't think that would be a good idea.
They would at least throw me off the flight, probably.
Why would you even do that?
Probably.
What are you gaining from that?
That's badass, man.
Have you ever had your sticker on the outside of a plane?
You know how many people would see that
just wear your shirt and walk down the middle of the aisle. Be the last a-hole on the plane.
Shut up, sir. So you would
same effect, probably more.
I probably would get arrested or at least escorted off the flight, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you probably get kicked off.
Probably, but they may even get me because it's me and everybody hates me like a terrorist. Attempt to
take over the plane because it's Bubba Army
to alter the plane and Bubba Army is a sleeper cell of a Proud Boy unit, and we're trying I'm altering a terrorist act because I'm altering a plane.
We're housing January 6th.
Or Bubba, they could get you. You're tagging the plane, so they could shoot it down.
And then I get however many passengers are on plane, like 170 counts against me, of attempted manslaughter or something like that.
So you're a pilot, sir. You know all of this, right? Everything he's saying
absolutely.
checks out. Yeah.
Now, sir, have you being a pilot, have you ever had to escort somebody off your plane?
Yeah, but it hasn't really been since COVID times and the whole mask thing. People have been behaving lately.
Yeah, but boy, during COVID, man, it was really tense.
Now, sir, what do you think about Allegiant Airlines and their racially profiling of white people or people that appear to be white? Do you have anything? Do you have any comment on that?
No, I don't.
No, he does not.
Sorry.
Hey, but I appreciate your call in, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. I got to go to words, but when we come back, I think we've pretty much closed this out from a guy that flies these type of regional planes that said that he literally thinks it was the pilot of the helicopter error who was in training and just literally flew into the side of this plane. Because he wasn't on the same frequency as approach, and there was no lack of communication, and he didn't know. I'm sorry, Seth. Go ahead.
I'm no pilot, and I don't fly Allegiant, but it looks like that they died upon impact. I mean, I don't see how you're surviving a fireball in the sky.
Well, if the plane detached, if the fireball caused the plane to detach, then the fireball part of the plane probably died instantaneously, and then the cockpit and whatever was still attached to the cockpit area went down, much like the space shuttle people did. You can't control this plane, and at 145 knots upon approach, you hit the ground at 150. Miles per hour, you hit the water, you're done.
They're saying that they probably were knocked out from the collision, and then some of them might have drowned.
Oh, my God.
So some of them might have been alive when they were knocked out.
Yeah.
And then when they hit the water, they drowned.
Well, they definitely got blinded by the light when the explosion happened.
What are you, Manford Man now?
Jesus.
Blinded by the light, woke up like a deuce. It's not douche, by the way. It's deuce.
Do you still have my HR complaint that I filed?
Yeah,
Bubba?
I was thinking about maybe getting into that next.
Okay.
We have an HR situation.
I think his
here.
last joke really just led us all into it.
Would you have been able to, Brian, know who sang it?
Manfred Mann, yeah. Okay. I did know that one.
We're going to get into the complaint that's been filed against you, Shovelface.
Let's get into it, because I've got one, too.
Oh, please.
Okay.
I've got another one then.
So hold on, you got
Well, I'll make one up during the break.
So you got a rebuttal to the initial HR complaint against you?
Yeah, in fact, I think I was the one who originally lodged an HR complaint, and then Seth had a retaliatory HR complaint back against me.
I'll tell you what, we'll wade through all these HR complaints next, okay?
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge show will be back after this.
I feel uncomfortable. I have to get up.
That's a little weird. Mommy, you're the boss, man. Step in
Babyface
here.
is deep throwing a banana in front of me.
Exactly. This shouldn't be happening.
He's a lawyer.
Get
What
some
am I to do?
control.
There's nothing illegal about me throwing a banana. I can eat a banana.
Can I kick his ass?
There is a red state, buddy.
Yeah, I can get power. If I can kick his ass, I'll do it right now.
Don't deep throat that shit in Vermont, pussy.
This is a red studio.
Yeah, you're showing how
Listen, I'll choke him out. This is why he's fucking choking
You're
down that
showing
banana.
how true blue you really are.
Don't turn me on with a good time.
I can smell his banana too.
I'm like Michael Hutchinson over here. I want to be choked out.
Oh boy.
It's the one thing that me and David Carradine have in common.
Autoerotic.
Autoerotic is 68.
It's baby autoerotic
Can't do
now.
this anymore, Bubba. I'm walking out.
Just go pee in the rocks and you'll be okay.
Don't let the door hit ya.
What does that mean?
Where the good Lord split ya.
I don't have a split.
You have no butt crack. That would look weird. You just have like a hole.
Of course, you're imagining what my butt would look like with no crack.
Well, he's deep throating a banana.
I know.
Yeah, that goes right to you.
It's bad all around. Man.
How we doing, Bubba Army? You liking the hot mic today? It's extra hot.
It is extra hot.
How's the track going, Bubs?
We won't know till next. I mean, good, but next week is our big make it or break it. Next week.
Weather looks great, man. I mean, you could not ask for better setup.
So far, don't jinx it, lover.
No, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
Don't jinx it, lover.
All right, Babyface Brigade. Let's what's up, everybody? What's up, Dr. Dan Blumen, Jeff Schwartz, Grouper Lips, all the Babyface Brigade. Let's hulk up this next segment and really
Let's get some thumbs up. Let's see if we can hit 800 thumbs up today.
800 thumbs is the goal.
My goal is 800 thumbs. I'm at 447. We're halfway there.
How about this, Bubba? If we get to 1,000, you can hit me in my left arm with a wiffle ball bat.
Brian, that could be bad.
Well, how hard are you gonna hit me?
Hard as fuck.
Oh well, shit.
I mean, or we let Seth hit you. Because he's really not happy. He has put a...
What's up, Kabuki?
He's put a major
Thanks, Pippi.
HR complaint in and with a demand.
Well, I'm ready to hear it, and I'm excited to hear it, and I'm excited to rebut it. You fucking snowflakes can't handle MAGA Matroni.
Do you feel my heart beating?
The new quote is, "You fucking snowflakes can't handle MAGA Matroni."
We can't. We can't.
Seth says, you're right, man.
He's like, no, absolutely. That's my complaint.
Yeah, I didn't see his character arc going this way, but people seem to like it.
I tell you, we
hired new writers, motherfucker.
Listen to this though. We do have 1,400 on Twitch. We got fucking 1,400 on Rumble. And we got fucking 1,300 on YouTube. So I think we're fucking on fire.
People love Babyface and fucking helicopter crashes.
I will tell you though.
They're pretty much the same thing.
I will tell you though, as a show that is trying to analyze this crash.
Oh, nobody's better than us.
No, but to have a pilot that flies that same plane, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, that's informative.
That was cool. I mean,
and he was very level-headed. He's like, this is speculation.
Right.
Like, not stating things as fact when he does not know them to be fact.
And you appreciate that because you're an attorney.
I appreciate that a lot. Me likes it.
Remember what he said about that guy that works with him? That he was like fucking ugly or something?
No, the one he said that like raped.
I said he looks like Rhett's uncle that raped him when he was younger. That's like harmless. That's a harmless comment.
How is rape harmless?
I mean, why?
You know, rape would get him
You're accusing Red of getting raped. I don't think the guy.
That's an accusation.
I don't think most.
No, I'm
dudes,
accusing my attorney at my office of looking like somebody who raped Rhett and was his uncle when he was younger. That's the accusation.
Would that make him uncomfortable if he found out that accusation?
He'd probably laugh at it. Because he's a cool dude. Because he's
I don't
fucking.
think you used the word may look like. I think you said that's
He's MAGA McGlynn, okay?
I think
I'm MAGA Matroni, he's MAGA McGlynn.
Your exact words. That looks like Rhett.
MAGA Matroni. Sorry, you snowflake fuck. You can't.
He's Brian the Babyface Matroni. For those of you Brian Marks, pony up the cash. You love him. We have to put up with him. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. The BTLS show now returns.
I don't know if that was just created, but that was brilliant. Today during the hot mic just a few minutes ago, MAGA Matroni, his exact quote, and I'm going to have to substitute a word, but he said, "I'm sorry, all you snowflake Fs. You can't handle MAGA Matroni. You just can't handle it."
Yeah, because I heard I got HR complaints.
So here's what we got, Brian.
What
is that? Macho Man. I'm sorry. Is that Seth has approached me, and I'm going to have to rely on other employees as eyewitnesses here that have witnessed today's back and forthness with you and him. Seth's very touchy, sensitive. Seth is sensitive. He's resilient most of the time, but sometimes things just if you just keep piling on, he'll snap. And he snapped and said, and has officially filed, he says he doesn't want to do the Blizzard with you today. He said he'd like me to call off the Blizzard because he just can't take another minute of your nonsense.
Really?
Yeah, you've really been on him. I think you've put him in your crosshairs. It's been great for me. I haven't got a lot of your shrapnel today, but he has. And
Well,
it's just
he did call you racist.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm used.
He called you a penguin.
No, he called himself a penguin.
All right. So, what say you? You've been that's been levied as a complaint.
Well, also, Bubba, I mean, despite everything that you've heard on air of him saying that he's in a better tax bracket than us and all of these things that we're going to suffer under the Trump administration and he's going to flourish, he also came over to our area during Hot Mic and he was staring at my mound. And then
No.
That's
where I was waiting to draw the line.
How can a guy see your mound?
He was peeking over like a little pervert.
So I was sitting there watching him eat his blueberry muffin. This all stems from Seth asking something ridiculous to Tuttle and me calling him out on it because Tuttle was at Colton's house watching the launch over in Cape Canaveral, right? So Seth says, well, would I have been able to see it from my house? And I'm like, dude, it's the same sky. So he got mad about that. So I go over.
I said I don't have all the sky knowledge, so I was just trying to have a conversation with Tuttle, and then he had to jump in.
Trying to break verbal bread with Tuttle.
Yeah, because I know Tuttle likes space stuff, so I'm mixing it up with my spaceman over there. And this guy comes in with a butter knife and chops my ween off.
So I come over, and I'm trying to mend the fence, and I'm watching Seth as he's mouth loving this blueberry muffin that he had.
Fence by staring at him while he eats.
Yeah. Because everybody knows that's the way guys, real bros, solve problems. So I'm over there just waiting for small talk, but he was mid-bite, so he was in the middle of masticating, and all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, you're over here invading our space," and he's like, "Fine, then I'm going to show you my mound," and he starts pulling down his pants and exposing his half-shaven, half-length pubis.
He looked.
Bubba, I sent you a picture. Also, Creatine Travis on the Venmo for Babyface.
Oh my God, creatine! Creatine must have got a bonus at Target because 200 yesterday
and a penny today
and $1.50 today. Man, Creatine Travis. Mike, what's his name? Mike Bellagio.
And he said a penny for Babyface.
So hold on, 1 penny?
Yeah, 1 penny.
I thought it was $150.
Oh, no, 1 penny.
Oh, let me take all that back. Come on, Creatine, you cheapskate.
He
Sorry.
said that's what Babyface earns.
Now, what am I looking at here?
That's what Babyface is sending to people here in the studio.
You can clearly see that was taken in your bathroom, Bubba.
Yeah.
Seth asked for it, actually.
This is
See, that's what they say to girls when they get sexually assaulted, that they're asking for it.
This is after he showed me his pubis mound.
I don't think this is inappropriate at all.
Thank you, Bubba.
Wow, okay.
I mean, I'm the boss around here.
Okay.
I mean, that just kind of shows you that he's just kind of goofing around, showing you his girl-like chest hair.
He's doing duck lips, man.
Suck it, F-boy.
He's mewing.
I mean, you could if
whatever, man. This is your workplace.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't find this inappropriate.
You don't find it inappropriate to show up on my phone?
He
when
finds
I'm
it inappropriate how pasty white I am. I'll tell you that.
Well, but now
it's not good lighting though.
He was in your area, and then you showed him your pubis mound.
Yes.
I mean, I know that he's in your area.
I was next to him.
That's a clean shoot if he asked him to leave.
Thank you. He's sensitive about people being up on the ledge.
I was.
Don't be on Seth's ledge.
I'm not a zoo animal.
Yeah.
Well, you're caged in like one there. And you're up there with the gorilla.
Yeah, we got the gorilla, and what's Seth animal-wise?
What's the most nervous animal at the zoo?
I don't. What is the most nervous?
Panda.
No, a panda.
Pandas are fun
they're
and
fun.
goofy. Although Seth did fall down once. That was funny.
You know what? Let's make Seth a panda. We got
Seth
a gorilla.
is kind of a panda.
Because I don't think a gorilla would attack a panda. Because gorillas eat like leaves and stuff.
Oh, gorilla would bend a panda over and take it.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
all right, dude. This guy's into bestiality now, Bubba. I mean, do you see where
it's
his
not
brain's
bestiality
going?
when it's animal on animal.
Interspecies.
Sunny days,
and
$100.
Thank you, Sunny Days. I don't think gorillas want to have anything to do with pandas. I think pandas and gorillas can coexist. So that's why we get along so well up here. I'm the gorilla, he's the panda, and we're just in here hanging out. I'm not trying to attack him because he's,
eating his bamboo.
He's eating his bamboo.
Yeah, but what happens when people come and bang on our cage, Bubba, and they're like, "Hey, let me see your privates." Bang, bang, bang.
Nobody said, "Hey, let me see your privates."
Stupid monkeys. Bang, bang, bang.
Here's the deal. I mean, we're because we are in a captive type area. If a person, you don't have to show them your privates. So the panda bear doesn't have to whip out his ween.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
And let that tourist from Nebraska see the panda ween
Just throw your poop
at Bubba's Busch Gardens.
But when you're pissing in a trough, Bubba, you don't have to look at other wieners. I mean, but if you do, that's weird.
I know.
You look up.
I mean, but like you.
It's like a guy peeking over the divider at a urinal.
You voluntarily. Then, as he's infiltrated your somewhat personal space, the ledge, if you will, for you to voluntarily show him your mound.
Involuntarily, maybe that's what Seth does during the break.
Thank you.
And he was in his comfort area, in his private space, and Babyface went over, just like him being in a partition at a bathroom. Babyface went over the wall.
Let me, Brian. You got GERD?
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Lummy, are you like a cow and you're chewing you're regurgitating your food? You got GERD? I mean, you're so hot on this explanation that you girded out on the deal.
I've had that alcoholic GERD.
Oh my God. Todd, you being a former alcoholic and an expert, do you get that in mid-sentence GERD gimmick sometimes?
You do, and you feel like you want to kill yourself when you wake up.
Not
with
really.
all
I was good. I ate the cheese very quickly to get back in here for Seth. I was eating cheese out in the parking lot.
And what happened before the break? What happened that he did in here?
He was
Brian, I will tell you this. Brian, you have been a little bit aggressive today, but I mean, I don't find it offensive.
Well, wait till let me explain the other thing. If nothing's been bad so far, if him sexting me these shirtless
hiding
pictures
under your desk.
First of all, you asked for that picture. We have audio of it, buddy.
We do?
But hold
on.
Who's we?
But then
Me and Mach,
hold on, Brian.
We record everything.
But Brian, you then did. Like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
You're really out of character today, bud. You're very physically aggressive.
Usually,
okay, I'll hear your theory momentarily, but usually you're very verbally aggressive, and that's the Brian that we know. And
the one that we tolerate.
And the one that we love deep down in a kind of a crazy way, kind of in a crazy wife-beating type way. But you have already gone to the bathroom and taken a sexually suggestive shot and sent it to everybody. And then you actually crouched down into Seth. When Seth went to the bathroom, you went to his area, crouched down, and was trying to, like, I don't know, attack him or something.
Hoping he didn't see you, and he pulled his crutch.
I think you were hoping he sat down in his chair without seeing you and puts you that much closer to his mouth.
I was gonna nut punch him so hard if he sat down.
Bubba, I mean, you're on your knees in his personal work area, Brian. Nobody's ever done that here. Nobody's ever been on. Like, if I walked up here and there's a guy, I'd be like, what the is going on?
GTBTP, man. That's the way I live my life.
What's that?
Grab them by the pussy.
Whoa, dude. That's it. What the hell?
Brian, I had to
dump that.
I mean,
Brian, to dump that, Brian.
You don't know what type of.
We know exactly. You alluded to it.
The only
it could
way,
be a cat.
The only way
it could
that
be a cat.
would have worked terrestrially would have if you would have used the medical term vagina.
Yes. Well, that's not what my leader said.
Well, okay.
He's trying to round up support from the listeners.
I am the leader when it comes to what goes through the audio chain here.
That was crazy.
And just because Donald Trump was said that to Billy Bush and All Access Hollywood doesn't mean that it would fly terrestrially.
No.
Although it would be kind of odd if the FCC were to fine me for that, and the President of the United States, which oversees the FCC, that's his famous term.
Yeah, GT.
Let's just keep making grab him by the vagina.
Okay, Bubba,
well, Seth doesn't have a vagina; he's got testicles and a penis.
You didn't see the mound I saw. Might as well be.
So.
I told you he really did look. Also, Bubba,
you've never got on your knees and crouched down in a attacking type position within the guy's workspace.
I'm having a good time. We're rolling loose. This is like the old days, the good old days. Everybody talks about the good old days here. I'm trying to bring them back. Make Bubba's studio great again.
Wouldn't you agree? I know pretty much everything when it comes to mental issues and mental situations. I mean, I was in a funny farm for like 11 days.
Mm-hmm. You did try to commit suicide. By hanging yourself from a ceiling fan, which then puts you in the funny farm for 11 days. So, yes, you probably are an expert at some stuff. Former alcoholic, former mental issue. So, yes, it would be interesting to get your spin on this.
This is a classic case of a manic episode. No, I'm just being for real because manic episode.
Who's manic?
Brian is. So are
About
you?
What?
Are you? Well, it gets followed up by depression. So bouts, you'll go into deep depression.
Oh, I
maybe
think
things aren't going well at home, and this is his way to be manic.
I think here's the deal. Right. I think completely. Let me tell you something. Let me just step in.
I think Tuttle nailed it.
Let me step in. I think it's completely opposite. I think things are going good as hell. He's rich as hell. Wife is giving him all the ass he wants.
He's got a new Rivian.
He's just out straight getting after it, having fun. Like, I think Brian is just living life, having fun. Rich, hot wife.
Okay.
I'm just thinking that that his appearance on my show is an extension of how he's living life right now.
Your Honor, can I present another piece of evidence?
Yes.
On hot mic, nobody could see it because of the camera angles, but I'll go ahead and let Lummy tell the story because it'll be a lot deeper coming from him. What was Brian doing to you during the last hot mic?
He was side effing me while eating a banana.
He was what?
Side effing me, like side eye effing me, like he kept looking over.
He was deep throating it, Lummy.
Since when is side eye a violation?
Effing me, but he was trying to get me to watch.
Listen, Brian is very much over the top sexual today.
He said he wanted to do it.
That's not necessarily a bad.
My wife
Brian.
had a headache last night.
Right.
So
he's really gummed up right now. Okay?
Gummed up.
Yeah, and so if you get side eye effed while deep throating a banana, the Bubba HR department does not recognize that as a violation.
This is the best work environment I've ever been in.
Saying that he wanted to do it to Seth's penis?
No, I did not say that.
Yes, he did. Why would Lummy make that up?
Because
he's a dad.
Lummy got GERD and he doesn't even know what he's hearing because he's always going.
Hold on. Did he now? If he did say,
we'll pull the audio.
If he did say, "I want to do this to Seth's penis," then that puts a whole nother spin on the potential problem. Brian.
Yes, I meant bite it off.
Brian,
what?
Brian, did you while you were deep throating a banana, side eye effing Lummy? Did it ever come out of your? Did you ever utter, "I want to do this to Seth's penis"?
I don't know. I blacked out during the last break.
That happened to Mania.
So you're saying that goes back to Tuttle's opinion, and he's manic.
I think Tuttle nailed it. It's just another manic Thursday.
And puns. I'm starting to get allergic to the puns.
I know. I don't have my morning zoo stuff here.
It just Bubba, just
Creeds and Travis for the $100 for everyone but Babyface.
Now I do have.
It's just a tough, Bubba. It's tough. It's just a tough day to be me on the show. Some days are tough.
Why are you being the victim?
Some days are tough.
Hierarchy, $100 for Babyface's defense fund.
Thank you, Hierarchy.
Oh no. So sucking off a banana,
Mike
sexting me,
$20, man up, shovel
sucking off a banana, sexting you,
hiding under the desk,
hiding under your personal space,
telling me how rich he is under this tax bracket and how he's going to flourish under Trump.
You said that I've been crying. So first of all, no. When you fire shots, understand you're going to get stuff back.
Don't put your wedding ring finger at me, buddy.
That wasn't my wedding ring finger.
Okay, sorry.
You're going to get it back. You started with me. You said, Brian's been crying since January 20th. And I was like, I ain't got nothing to cry about. And that's when I retorted to you attacking me. So let's be intellectually honest.
But I know who you are. I know who you are deep down. You're playing a character, that MAGA Matroni, but I know you're true and blue all the way through. And I know that you were crying on January 20th. And I'm sorry if I had that to expose that to the public today, but they need to know who you really are.
I wasn't crying on January 20th. I was actually on an airplane, not getting hit by a Black Hawk, thankfully. So,
Lummy, do we have our new? I don't know how to run. I don't know how to rule any of this. Yes. But do we have the new? Okay, they're perfect.
Yes.
And now this is from Dark Match Steve.
Yes, it is.
And does it come with any caveat or any like?
I smell myself. Pretty much what you said about him.
Well, and that's an expression where you start kind of believing your own hype, and you're kind of thinking that you're all that when maybe you're not necessarily all that. Maybe you are half that, but you start to smell yourself.
So he made a parody about it.
Tom Bean uses that line in the documentary.
I actually stole. That's where I stole it from.
Yeah,
that's where I stole it from.
Hey, when are you going to send that to me and Lummy
today?
Okay, Lummy's really wanting to see it.
Lummy, if I'm going to send it to you guys today, and can we talk about it tomorrow?
Yeah.
On air?
Well, it might be tough. Because I know Seth's driving to Clearwater. I'm driving to Seminole.
I got a busy day.
How about for you to watch it over the weekend?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
I like Dark Match Steve.
Dark Match Steve is a parody guy. He's smelling himself a little bit. He has told people that he's offended that I did not offer him a microphone position.
I stream by myself. Many people enjoy it. Bubba found out and it really annoyed him.
No.
Oh, boy.
No.
Oh, I didn't think this was going to be a heat getter.
Hold on. Let's just, without trying to be a counter programmer, let's just all be intellectually honest. Have I ever said that I had a problem with Dark Match Steve having his own? In fact, I said several. I think Country Girl used to stream a little bit. I mean, there's several Bubba Army people that do streaming. And have I ever said that you shouldn't do that or that annoys me?
No.
I've never said that. In fact, I said, I think your only audience that you get is Bubba Army.
The only people who get annoyed by that, or the only person I know who gets annoyed by that is Howard. He does not like anybody getting a rub off of him, but you don't care.
I don't care.
You can get the Bubba rub.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if listeners do their own thing.
I got $20 off my car battery from the Bubba rub.
Yeah. Woo. So don't Dark Match Steve, you got to be intellectually honest. I'm not annoyed by your doing your own thing on Twitch or YouTube or whatever you do.
He's saying people like it and that bothers you.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
I've never mentioned it. I mean, I've never mentioned that I'm bothered by that.
So maybe do you feel that way?
No, not at all. If you're going to do a show about how you deserve a shot at Mike 4 and you're taking shots at me, that annoys me a little bit, but it doesn't annoy the fact that you have your own show.
Ryan MBSC, $20, Blizzard Brigade.
I mean, let's not forget that a lot of my troubles in life started with the fact that I was happy. Was born. I helped Spice Boy get the night job at 102.5 The Bone. I had Tom Bean negotiate his contract for free.
You actually got him a lot more money, too.
And so, I'm all about somebody going on and doing their own thing. I've never kept anybody down intentionally.
I stream every night. My channel is active. I swear.
Love that line.
I ran my mouth and I got in some trouble. To get my 4, I'll get on my knees for title.
Like, if you want something, you got to go for it.
That was a great drop. That was a great drop. That was a great drop.
That's a great line. Great line. Great lyric.
Watch anybody else. I started my own street. Now I smell myself. Oh, don't watch anybody else. My show solo. Oh.
You know, don't think that you're all that you're going to slide up in here on mic 4. That's just not going to happen. That's somebody that's smelling themselves a little bit and a little bit Bubba Army entitled. All right, so good song, great job. You're wrong in the fact that I don't want anybody to have their own show. I've never said that. Never, ever have I talked bad about somebody that's currently doing their own show. So that's not cool. And the second thing, my offer still stands. I think you're very talented. I think you're funny. And let's start off with, if your journey down potentially being more involved with the show, we'll start with a podcast.
Now, if he did go down on Tuttle, would that help him?
I think Tuttle really appreciates Kristen's oral skills a little bit more.
But I don't think Tuttle's in the business of turning down BJs.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I don't think he necessarily. I've never known Tuttle to want to get a oral from a man.
Bubba, may I bring something up, sir, about a very, very fine song? But if you do remember about halfway through the song, it was a good reminder that Babyface did start that whole controversy.
Yeah, I did.
I just wanted to put that.
I planted the seed when we were looking to replace a certain former employee, and I said, hey, maybe he could have a shot.
Yeah.
One day, like
and
a
here's the
one-day
deal.
shot.
And here's the deal. He doesn't have enough typical broadcast experience to, in my opinion, be able to even have that opportunity yet. But if he would cobble together some a consistent, funny podcast, then I could probably change my mind and maybe give him an opportunity.
I'm helping DMS put together his sizzle reel now.
Okay.
Bubba Macho sent me a message to send you about Trump, I guess, sent us a message.
Well, Trump sent us a message.
Yes.
All right, where am I supposed to find this
I
at?
messaged you this link.
Hold on.
Do you believe in the message, Lummy? It doesn't sound like you do.
I can't hear it.
Is this a Macho Man AI, Willie?
Yes, this is a Macho Man production.
Okay, hold on. Thank you. Macho Man whips stuff up occasionally. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's Macho Man. Here we go. Let me turn this on.
Babyface, I am forbidding you from using the P word. If you use it again, you will be deported.
I like that. Hold on, there we go. I like that.
Bravo. Good job, Mod.
I like it. Let me play it again. Hold on. Stand by.
Babyface, I am forbidding you from using the P word. If you use it again, you will be deported.
Speaking of, as we're speaking about airliner crashes and the helicopter smashes into the American Airlines plane and killing all 63 people involved, and maybe I think maybe the totality might be 65 if you include the helicopter dudes. This is taken. I think
it happened this week
in Alaska.
In Alaska. And this is a U.S. fighter jet,
F-35
that is having huge complications, and it's ready to hit the ground, blow up, because these things are very, very, very technical, and so one little thing could potentially go wrong. Next thing you know, the thing's going 500 miles into the ground, and the pilot was able to eject.
Last second.
Like
he tried to hold on. He tried to save that thing.
And this thing goes. I mean, it would not survive this. Here's footage. I don't know if somebody just happened to be, or this is surveillance footage from the airport. But here.
This morning, a terrifying crash caught on camera. Video showing an F-35 jet falling from the sky, crashing onto the tarmac at Eielson Air Force Base near Fairbanks, Alaska, and exploding into a fireball.
There's a plane crash on Eielson. They have asked for mutual aid.
Miraculously, the pilot somehow survived, safely ejecting from the aircraft.
What's going through your mind? Floating down, you're just like, I just crashed $100 million
I wonder
jet.
how much trouble I'm getting and going to get in.
I'm pulling out my knife and cutting this.
Well, here's the
line.
deal, though. They're going to retrieve the black box, and if it's pilot error,
there's no way that thing was falling like
I agree.
a rock.
I agree. I agree,
it's
Brian.
In-flight malfunction.
I agree. So at that point, they're probably you're a hero.
You're still worrying a little.
The ground
bit,
in a parachute. Officials say the F-35, assigned to the 354th Fighter Wing, was flying in a local training exercise Tuesday when something went wrong.
It went up in flames, and I didn't want to drive any further.
Crews taking the pilot to a nearby medical facility for evaluation.
The pilot was executing standard procedures and executing their respective mission.
He went out there hot dogging like Gene Lasker, trying to do
John Cena up there doing that.
I know.
Now.
Look at that dude.
And essentially experienced an in-flight malfunction.
This crash comes after
Which, by the way, how much? What's the cost on an F-35? Isn't it like?
It's probably hundred million.
Probably like $100 million.
Yeah, like $100 million. Hey, Alexa. Good morning, Alexa.
Good morning. Dr. Max Theiler was born on this day in 1899. He developed the vaccine for yellow fever, which earned him a Nobel Prize in 1951. Countless lives have been saved.
Hey, Alexa, shut up. Thank you. Hey, Alexa, what is the cost on an F-35 fighter jet?
From simpliflying.com. The F-35 Lightning II is a multi-role fighter jet used by several air forces, including the U.S. and U.K., and currently costs up to $109 million per aircraft.
$109 million.
Could have bought 2 sets of condoms for Gaza for that.
String of incidents involving military aircraft in recent years. In November 2020.
Now, Brian, I got to think that you can't insure these things, right? I mean, no.
3, an F-35 fighter jet went missing, then crash landed in rural South Carolina. The pilot surviving.
I'm sorry, what happened?
We got a pilot in the house, and I guess he left.
Pilot's knocking on the back door with his parachute still tied to him, saying, "Hey, can I borrow your phone? I got to call into."
You gotta call AAA.
I gotta call into my boss man, let him know that I just destroyed $109 million piece of equipment
in my backyard.
Back in Alaska, Air Force officials still looking into the cause of that fiery crash.
We're thankful that the pilot and those responding to the incident are safe, and will continue to conduct an investigation into the causes of this incident.
Now, following that crash, the commander of the 354th Fighter Wing said he still has full faith in the capabilities of the F-35 as the premier fighter for the U.S. Air Force. Savannah?
All right, Morgan, thank you.
Meanwhile, now, I've been told that the ejection process of fighter planes are very violent, and sometimes a lot of pilots get hurt or hurt their backs or
eyeballs.
They're the eyeballs because of the G's, like detached retina and stuff like that. Because it's like a mini little rocket that the seat turns into a little mini rocket and the canopy explodes. First of all, the canopy explodes off. Mm-hmm. And then the chair has like a little mini rocket system because it has to get you up and out of the way of the faulty plane.
And the forward speed of the wind hitting your face all of a sudden.
You could be going 300 mile an hour.
I sent you a video of it. Of a pilot ejecting from a jet. It shows in like kind of slow mo.
Yeah, it's
Oh wow.
It's the same.
It's a badass plane though.
Yeah, look, like
his foot caught on fire.
Probably.
Wow.
That's crazy. Look at his face when it's
watch his toe.
Yeah, the face mask ripped right off of him.
That's what Seth swishing Babyface had to do today. So you two going to be able? I need to make an official ruling.
Yes, we're doing the Blizzard, and if he's not here, then he's off the Blizzard.
Oh, you're the boss of the
You're
Blizzard?
the boss of the Blizzard?
I guess.
He's the boss of the Blizzard.
I mean, then it's every other podcast with Seth.
And you're turning him very much into an Antonio Brown around here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got CTE.
He's very Antonio Brown.
His mother-in-law gave him CTE that time. She smacked him around.
My mother-in-law, her nickname's Vontez Perfect.
So the Blizzard's going to go off with, Seth, can you guys play nice? I mean, it might end up being a really good show. Because he's already irritated you, and you're kind of in that mindset, like you're over him.
Yeah, I'll play nice.
Perfect. The Blizzard will be happening today. They'll record it today, and I'm assuming it goes up today.
It'll go up when it goes up.
Hey, you can watch it live if you're a member on YouTube, so do it.
Yeah.
And you interact with us live, and we may even take a call.
I got to go surfing after the show, but then I can probably put it up.
Surfing? You going with Jay? He's gonna have some Terrafina or whatever his Solano.
I don't know what any of that means, but
his tequila.
He's just gonna get stoned as hell so he can deal with you.
I'm going with some buddies.
Gonna get stoned as hell so he can
that's
deal
right.
with
He
your
is.
show.
I'm excited to talk about it. He's going flow riding.
Yeah.
Who is?
I am.
He's going to go skimboard.
What's flow riding?
It's like one of those indoor surf bodyboard.
Oh, you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Who is Phoebe going?
No, she's
I'm gonna say
work.
I need footage of this.
So you don't know? No, Seth has activity buddies that he goes out with.
Great, that's awesome. I need footage of him.
How much you got?
Well,
Wow.
Jesus.
Well, I just want to know. It seems like you're excited for the footage.
Well, I'm not paying for it.
Okay.
Well,
see.
TMZ's going to.
TMZ. I mean,
yes. I'll see if Calta wants to buy it.
Oh,
Bubba, I would go out and film it if I didn't have to work over on the East Coast. So, just trying to.
That last little thing, Seth. Really,
Was that
little?
That was. I couldn't think of anybody else.
Low. I mean, that was cheap.
I think you would have been better off with them, Jay.
No, I don't want to hear about any of those two assholes.
Yeah, I messed up. I'm off my game, and I'm nervous now.
He backed you down.
Hey, Bubba, I saw on Facebook that there's going to be some sort of special guest racing at Bubba Raceway Park. It was a big get for you guys.
What a suck face.
Bobby, the smooth operator Pierce.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Bobby, the smooth operator.
No, Seth, you should be, happy that he just got my eye off the obviously uncomfortable.
I can simmer and with you being mad at me.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it, but I can. Yeah,
really.
Well, I tried to help you.
Ask Lummy what it's like when I'm mad at you.
Oh man,
not a good time.
You can ask me that as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's been mad at me before.
Not really.
Well, not during this regime.
Not during this regime. I've kissed your ass, given you anything you wanted.
What do you mean?
Taking care of you.
Yeah,
I've really, 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 really done some nice things for you.
I've given you my heart, soul, and creativity.
Right, and so in doing that, when I ask for a little bit of skimboard footage, that shouldn't be a big deal.
Let's get back to Sade at Bubba's racetrack.
One would think that I wouldn't get hit up for a payday on when my co-host that I'm trying to make an even more of a superstar. I show his outside of the show activities to help the brand and to help your brand and to help your popularity.
Well, I didn't think of it like that, Bubba.
No, you thought of it selfishly.
I did.
And you tried to make it worth some money.
If I thought I'd get like 35 shekels in my pocket, that it would really change my life. But you know what? What we have is...
What other boss sends out his high dollar... I guarantee you at Cox, nobody said, Seth, you got a dead battery? Let me go ahead and hook it up to my high dollar $600 battery charger, and that will get you the ability to start your car and drive it to an O'Reilly's and save 30 or 40% on a battery that I arranged
40.
for you.
Bubba, I agree. And again, again at Cox, I mean, maybe 10% of the people that work there even know how to put jumper cables on. So the fact that, we have a full service, Jiffy Lube in the back is very, very helpful for the hard times.
When you needed tires, boom. When you needed brakes, boom. When you needed a battery, boom.
Boom. There's a lot of booms in there. I don't have any.
And then here comes.
This is like Costco. There's so many booms.
And then here comes. Here comes the boom. It cuts me right to the core. Cut.
I just
an absolute right to the core cut.
I'm sorry.
And you know what? Quite frankly, I doubt that Calta pays anybody for any content because I don't know that they even know how to.
No, he steals it from them, rips it right out of their hands.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Accepting the spotlight.
Oh, no.
Losing last night's dinner.
That's funny. Oh, yeah. Okay, go write a parody then if it's so easy.
I just did, kind of.
You're still riding high off that Hogan call from last year.
Hey, when you hit it out of the park, sometimes when you only get one at bat, you hit a home run.
Felix Baharis, Lummy. Oh, never mind. $2. Give me a fucking break.
Oh, dude, he got you.
But hey, hold on. Johnny K came out with 100.
Real quick though, what if that was absolutely the most Felix had to give? Like, what if he had a choice between getting himself a donut this morning or giving you $2? He's like, you know what? I'm gonna give my favorite DJ $2.
Well, you know what? If you look at it that way, you're right. I'm sorry.
Grateful.
Felix, I'm sorry.
Miss a donut. Give us your $2. We got 10 of them.
Yeah.
Diet plan.
I get $5 every month.
I'm giving $5 a month just so I can watch myself when we do our blizzard.
I do it just so I can see if anybody gives us money during the blizzard. That's it.
Yeah, we've done pretty well.
No, it's a cash cow. And we got a couple offshoots of the blizzards coming.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Tile Guru.
Oh, yeah. We're going to pair you up with anybody off the street that we can find.
I'll take that challenge.
Hey, you did get the podcast stuff?
Yeah, I put it up last night.
Okay,
and
cool.
I couldn't get it should be updated now, but I couldn't put your logo on initially for some reason, but
okay.
I did it on this computer today.
It was a pretty good show yesterday.
I didn't get a chance to listen, but I'm going to. I like the cross promoting that you guys have going on.
Oh, back and forth between Tuttle and Kristen and Loner and Stoner?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
How's that Loner and Stoner shirt coming?
Dude,
I thought we were getting the clearance
Pre-orders?
from... No, I thought we were getting clearance from Caviar Tacos first.
Yeah, and then we're going to do pre-orders, right?
Did you see that shirt that Caviar made for Gene?
What, with the Gene, with the like, weird E thing?
No, it was 4 of his mugshots.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Is it like an Andy Warhol style?
Yeah, it was like red. Yeah, it was like one was red, one was green, one was blue.
Dave Rock 69. If you would like to check out Kristen's social, you said you wanted to see what she looks like. Just it's Kristen with an I-L Fowler, Fowler.
Oh my God, she's about to get so many hits right now. Do you guys mind if I sing Eternal Flame for you?
Please.
Close your eyes, give me your hand. Can you feel my heart beating? Do you understand? Do you feel the same? Am I only dreaming? Is this burning?
Wow.
You couldn't fucking hit the fucking payoff, dude?
Is this burning?
Man.
That was pretty good. What do you got, Tuttle? What are you going to sing?
I only know that George Strait sing a song about the heartland, the only place I feel at home. Sing a song about... I see now messed up on it.
I'm all out of faith This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed. Lying naked on Seth's floor.
Yeah.
Illusion. That's actually a cover.
She's
I didn't know
Australian.
that. Into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're already late. I'm already torn.
God, she was so hot in that video.
Oh, so hot. Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh, man.
Australian pop
Nobody's
pop star
hotter
slash actor.
Than Kylie Minogue.
No, than Margot Robbie on the.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Lummy, are you going to ever track down Mr. Mike Buzio to see if we can get current on the deal?
Yes, he's at a food show for the next 2 days. So
Okay,
his whole
perfect.
staff is.
Lots of. By the way, there's 2 more days of this month, and so let's really push our podcasts because we did beat last month's podcast, and we are trending up. We've kind of, when you throw a whole bunch of new things at your podcasting world, used to be our podcasting was just our shows regurgitated and people would go and get those, and they did well, but they were robbing from Bubba Army HQ and other aspects of where we want you to go get our shows from. We don't want you just to lazily make it a podcast. So we completely revamped the podcasting world with Seth coming in and just making the podcast its own entity in itself, where all programming, for the most part, is exclusive, not part of the show. And things like The Blizzard with Brian and Babyface. I'm sorry, with Babyface and Seth. Things like Operation Pigmentation with Craig and Rio. Tuttle and Kristen have their own. Loner and Stoner, Clem and Kush. The exclusive Bubba. What's the Monday show called?
Bubba Uncensored.
Bubba Uncensored. Tigs and Bits. So we've now kind of turned the corner, maybe 180'd the audience, and the audience is no longer just lazy Fs that want to grab the show via podcast. We make you go other places to get that, preferably our YouTube channel or Bubba Army HQ. And now our podcasting world is starting to trend up with our new, what the podcast represents and the kind of content it produces is now trending upward. And we got 2 more days. And I'd like to have these last couple days be really good. Now, you can always lean on the Blizzard being really good. The Blizzard pulls great numbers. Tuttle, you and your wife have been pulling good numbers.
Yeah, that's what Seth told me.
And so let's for the Bubba Army out there, let's for the next couple days go, and if you've not dabbled in our podcast world, do so. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised on just the variety of and everybody that's on the podcast, for the most part, has something to do with the show. I think Operation Pigmentation went up. Would that go up yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great episode of Loner and Stoner last night as well, too.
And a good little tease for today's show. I will have an update on my mother-in-law, as we had another interaction this weekend, so it'll be good.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Michael Rucker, 25.
Now, Tuttle, how are you and your wife? Because I think technically you're still married.
Yeah.
And you don't like to talk about it. It makes you very uncomfortable.
Yeah, because.
But a lot of people, hold on, I'm going to interrupt you, but a lot of people think you're kayfabing us on you and her.
Well, I mean,
that's me and Seth's theory.
Okay, so I've tried to learn from my past, and I'm a little bit protective, because
being a little bit more private and kayfabe, so that it doesn't, the trolls don't blow it up.
Yes, because when me and my wife had the tanning salon, I'd be in the back with the wiener tongs, spray tanning the dudes, and People come in and would like say inappropriate things to her. You
Well,
know?
because you were on an Orlando-based terrestrial radio station, letting everybody know that indeed you did own this tanning salon, so you were getting a rub off that.
Yeah.
But that did encourage weirdos to come in and say inappropriate things to your wife.
Yes.
Right. Well,
price you got to pay.
I don't know that your wife is disclosing what she does for a living now on the air, and I don't think she's going to have any interaction with the public.
Yeah.
Per se.
Well, you haven't been listening then, Bubba.
Neil Malpazier, 25.
Well, she is talking about starting dabbling in maybe an OnlyFans page.
Oh.
But because she's
How
getting
do you dabble in that?
Like a full kick out?
Well, no, because to start off, like she's getting a lot of DMs requesting feet pics and her stepping in like requested items.
Like squishing?
With her feet? Yeah.
You mean like squishing?
Yeah, and she's
Right.
like, well, can I monetize this?
Absolutely you would be able to do that for her.
Mm-hmm.
So is that how you pencil yourself into the deal?
Yeah, so like we're getting ideas and stuff. I got a pretty good studio at the house. I already got a baby pool that we can squish various things with her feet.
Well, then you could use the podcast then to promote her OnlyFans.
And I told her
I only charge you 15%.
You
for
need to
that.
get with Brent. And if she wanted to like step on my face,
Easy, Brian, easy. Let's just back up on that immediately.
I'm not going. Nope.
Brian, do not go there. Thank you. Continuing on, Tuttle.
Yeah, and another thing is
I need to have like a shock collar. I need to have like a light system
you
where
used to do, Trace?
I could hit a light and like a red light appears in front of Brian. Like if he's going into a top and I'm smashing the red light. Like it gives him.
He knows what he's doing.
I know. I knew exactly what I was doing there, but there's no easy needed. I was pulling up on the throttle.
Yeah, let's pull way back on that.
I just did a little, and then that was it.
You don't even know. Anyway, Tuttle.
I told her I would lay on the ground and let her step on my face and stuff. Just kind of, interaction. She can step on other things.
Now, are you two,
we're having a really good time.
Right.
Dad, $110, Babyface Brigade.
What's up, Dad? My favorite librarian.
By the way, Lummy, I forgot John Costica for 100.
Nice.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Johnny K, the steel slinging homie. And Felix Barhalis, or whatever the hell, $1.93.
Nice.
And I was kind of clowning him a little bit. And then Brian's like, well, what if that guy, he could go get a donut for $2 or he could throw his last $2 in his wallet to you, Bubba. Now, don't you feel like a dick for berating him for $2? Not really. $2 is $2 is. I mean, you know what?
I love the way you literally just thought about it.
Yeah, I'm like, here's Felix, dear Felix. You know what? Until you can drop a tenner, just save your money. Save your money. When you can drop a tenner, then we're cool. We're cool. But I'm not going to take your last $2. I'll take your last 10.
Are you going to refund it to him?
No, of course not. There's no refunds.
So you are going to take his last $2?
We have a no refund policy, please.
Right there, man. $2.
Look at this. See what we started?
So anyway, I'm asking the Bubba Army for the next 2 days while we close out January. We've already beat last month, which is great, and our goal is to grow each month with our kind of our new content with programming is no longer just the show. It's just its own little world in itself. Spotify, Google Play, iHeart, Bubba Army HQ, our YouTube channel. There's just several Pandora. There's just several different. In anywhere you get podcasting, just type in the Bubba Army, and that's our podcast.
Is Pandora still a thing?
I don't know.
No, Pandora's still a thing. Sirius owns it.
Yeah, and it's they've. I don't think it's going very well.
Didn't they start putting commercials on it? I feel like years ago they started doing that.
If you subscribe, still you don't get commercials.
Okay.
But if you
but
don't
Pandora
subscribe,
is kind of like the redheaded stepchild in that space. It's like Spotify,
Apple,
right? I mean, Pandora is not the sexiest person in that
Look,
space.
neither is Arby's, but they're doing their thing. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Longwood on Cash App. Thank you.
I don't think Pandora. I think Sirius is in trouble.
Oh yeah,
Sirius is in big trouble.
They're doing okay.
No,
their numbers are all right.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of their stock.
No, I don't. I sold it all off years ago, but
Yeah, they did a stock reverse.
Well, they did a reverse split because they were too low. They wanted more institutional money, which was a huge mistake.
No, but hold on, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
So you will now agree with me that they're not doing so swell. I keep up on them. They've lost subscribers the last 2 quarters.
No, they had a good quarter 4.
They did?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Beats quarterly revenue estimates on steady sports live streaming demand.
Well, they are
Jamie Flynn, $10.
They are kind of pivoting, and they gave like Conan O'Brien like $100 million deal. They gave Call Her Daddy like a $60 or $80 million deal. They gave Justin Bateman and Smartless or whatever a $100 million deal, and they were putting all this money into podcasting. And I've know some people that still work there. And they're doing massive cuts now because SiriusXM is realizing that we need to reinvest into that guy that listens to us cross country at trucking or salesman or whatever, and start worrying about being back on the dashboard and getting our subscriptions that way than doing it through podcasting, because we're still at the end of the day in the radio business. So they're pivoting somewhat and what type of content they're looking for. And I don't think, and it's exactly just less than a year from now, Howard's deal is done at the end of this year. I don't know.
Is he done?
I don't know. I mean, Brian, I don't think that they can afford as a company to give him another $100 million. So
I don't know, but I don't think he will leave that space completely. I think there will be remnants, whether or not he leases them his catalog or whatever it may be.
They have rights to his catalog until the end of 2027. So they have rights to his catalog. So he could leave and not do a daily show, and they continue for next 2 or 3 years to play any and everything they wanted. Now, I will tell you that people, that goes only a certain way. You being able, my catalog is as extensive as Howard's, and I could only go so long with putting together best ofs before people said I'm done doing it.
If I'm serious and Howard threatens and he's going to leave and I still have a license to his stuff, I'm going to retain most of his staff, and I'm going to do some sort of show with the remaining staff.
Or you hire me and to fold his remaining staff into my staff, and you have a show for pennies on the dollar that Howard's fans are familiar with, and he personally picked back in the day.
Yeah.
Can I know this is going to be a nerdy radio question. How much space does he rent to archive his stuff? And it's got to be crazy, right? Like all of his old tapes and his archives and
I don't know.
stuff.
He's got a warehouse in New Jersey. He's got 2 full-time employees that do everything from archive articles and things like that. And if you're going to send anything to him, anything like
email,
a gift, anything of tangible, like anything that's tangible,
like a painting, an autographed book, anything like that, it goes into this warehouse. None of it goes to his house.
Right, it goes to his warehouse first.
He's like Howard Hughes at this point.
And then they will get it to him if
he needs it.
Well, if he wants it. If he wants it.
That's crazy.
So, again, SiriusXM cannot afford to pay Howard's freight, I don't think. And I don't think Howard is in a position of life to take less money unless it's way less work, maybe 1 show a week. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably will be that next. That's what he's working on. He's down to 3 now, and with a ton of vacation built in.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Andy does it remotely because of since COVID. So,
right, he's only been in the studio, I think,
like for the Bruce Springsteen interview
or Hillary.
I think Metallica, maybe.
Or
when we return, two teachers,
I think one was a principal, right?
One was a principal.
Yeah.
The principal, I think, was in Florida.
Yeah,
and the other one, I think, might have been in California.
I think the one might have been in Volusia County.
Probably. Juveniles at the party were drinking alcohol from coolers at the principal's house. That one, I think, is from Volusia County, and the other one's from California. We'll get into both.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Yeah, it's Cocoa Beach area. Somebody said in chat. Tuts.
Yeah, so then it's Brevard then. I know it was like in the vicinity of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you're not gonna be able to hit me with a wiffle ball bat, Bubba. We're only at 579.
What's your bet?
1,000 likes, he could hit me in my left arm with a wiffle ball bat.
English teacher is accused of having a sexual relationship. A woman.
I'm safe.
Yeah, we're at 550.
580.
580.
Do you know if Pepe followed up with the lead I gave him?
I think he did.
Okay, good. I ain't hating Howard for his work schedule. If somebody was paying me $100 million to work 3 days a week, I'd fucking take it. He did become too corporate, though. That's the problem there now. Serious with that lady Marcy they have running it or whatever.
No, Marcy only runs the Howard World.
Well, it's way too fucking corporate.
Hey, is it okay I get right out of here at 10 o'clock? Because I got...
you can leave right now if you want.
No, no. I just got to get over to Daytona because I got...
Why don't you leave now?
Yeah, we got nothing going on, man.
I mean, we'll say goodbye to you.
Okay.
On the air, and then you blast out of here.
I just got
that extra 30 minutes is you're gonna need it.
Okay, yeah, because I got to go close a big deal over there.
That'll be yeah. Total leaves. Big deal.
Oh, big deal then?
Closing.
So for a big deal, he's writing it down.
Okay.
He's writing it down. He's not saying big deal that you're leaving. We're gonna be lost without you.
Shut the fuck up, Brian.
No, it's like when you're rowing a boat, right? And one of the sides, you're clicking and you're moving along, and then all of a sudden one of the sides just doesn't row in the same cadence. That's what it's gonna be like. We're just gonna go around in circles. Yeah, Tud's out here closing deals, man. He's a fucking mover and shaker.
Hey, I know a lot of people.
He's got a good beat on a kiddie pool for Kristen to smash donuts in.
No, it is a management opportunity for a business. Like I would be overseeing, like.
Oh, you're getting a new job?
No, this would be a part of this same
okay.
umbrella. Like I would be doing everything from top to bottom, doing their hiring, HR, like all that stuff. Also, like hiring any of the employees and stuff like that. So just kind of.
That's pretty cool.
So it's still the same, might be the same job. It's just this is a different opportunity under the same umbrella. Is what I'm saying.
Good luck. Close that shit.
Here, I didn't want to say it on the air just to jinx it, but that's.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's going to keep me pretty busy.
Yeah. Well, good luck, man. I hope you get it.
Good luck. Go feature Black Eyes.
Oh, Black Eyes. Not.
You're as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice your love. Hanging around downtown by myself, and I've had too much caffeine, and I was thinking about myself, and there she was.
Broadcasting live from the Aquabito Studios. Aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I said Johnny K for the 100 last time, right?
Yes.
And then you just had, I think...
Neil Malplaisir, 20. It's his last 20.
Neil Malplaisir with his last 20. Said, I'm out of here. Tuttle has just informed me that he had a big deal.
Jeff Patterson, 30.
Oh, Gooch. Love you, Gooch.
For Babyface, the Blackhawk pilot.
Bubba, it's Tuttle. You think I, right at 10, can leave? I got to get on the road to get back to Daytona.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I think I kind of surprised you on my response.
Yeah.
I said, why don't you just leave now? But I didn't
mean it in a bad way.
But I think you know that instantaneously freaks out an air talent when it says just go ahead and leave. Like go ahead. But I'm like, I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way. Tell's like, I got a big deal. I'm closing, but I don't need to leave till 10. I'm like, no, really, you probably need to get going now. That extra 30 minutes from now. In
case there's an accident?
Well, yeah, I mean, just if you can get out, that extra 30 minutes could be the 30 minutes that makes all the difference of you getting through Orlando or getting out of the 270. No matter which direction Tampa's getting as bad as Orlando.
Oh, God.
My God, I came back from Ocala yesterday, even headed southbound on 275 near Malfunction Junction at 4:15.
When are they opening up the new span of the bridge? Isn't that coming up soon?
I mean, 3 years. That really doesn't have anything to do with us.
That's the Howard Franklin.
I know that's going.
Yeah.
None of us. That only applies to Seth. And I think Seth, are you a Gandy guy or are you a Howard Franklin guy?
I go both ways, but I've been doing a lot of Howard Franklin.
That was a given. He asked which bridge you use.
You're by Bridgeville? You're by Bridgeville? I'm by Bridge.
Summer's $20.
I like to give my love to both bridges.
Just for what I'm feeling, Howard Franklin's quicker for me, but Gandy is more scenic. So, by today I'm going Howard Franklin.
Yeah. So anyway, Tuttle, get the hell out of here.
Okay, thank you, Bubba.
Appreciate you.
Bye, Tuds.
Don't forget the Tuttle and Kristen podcast, I think, is up now.
New one was put up this week. The newest one, Loner and Stoner, the show that me and Colton did, is up now.
Is up now?
Yes.
So thank you.
All right.
Thank
you, Bubba.
Good luck on that deal.
Thank
you. Good luck, Tuds.
Appreciate you. Here is...
Mike Thurman, $20.
Thank you, my friend. A Florida elementary school principal. Now, you would think that you would think that somebody, this isn't a teacher, this is a principal, and I think, Seth, your mom was, she spent her entire career as an educator, and you would think that to be a principal, that's the highest entity. I think the principals literally run the school.
Yeah, my brother was a principal. He said it sucked.
Yeah, they run the school. Like, they literally are the most powerful entity within the school. Now, they probably have somebody they report to, probably the superintendent of the school. But I know that the principal is way, way more important than and the pecking order of power is way more important than the art teacher or the PE coach or, maybe an English teacher. Or even a third or fourth grade teacher. I think the principal is the principal. And you would think that if you're a principal, you've probably been you probably have been an educator for a while. I know they just don't throw in, people fresh out of college that have their education degree or education certificate to be an educator.
No, it's a big program,
right?
Especially in Hillsborough County. One of my neighbors and friends is a high level, like this, the highest ranking vice principal at one of the schools, the high school, and he has to go through courses and management training and all of that just to get into the pool to be eligible to be a principal.
Right, and has probably been has 10 years experience, if not more.
Oh yeah.
So again. And I think your mom taught, 40 plus years, Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you have to have you have to be very tenured. You have a lot of courses to go through, and you would think that you would know right from wrong way better than this. A Florida elementary school principal. Again, a principal's way different than just a teacher.
I had a teacher. She was she partnered with a teacher, a third grade teacher.
Hold on, she partnered with. What do you mean?
They both would throw parties.
Both of them, the principal and a third grade teacher at the same school.
So she would. So a third grade teacher at her school.
Yes.
A fellow female.
Yes.
Would
Very
throw these alcohol-fueled house parties attended by more than 100 underage students, including one juvenile who was treated at the scene for heavy intoxication, according to the police. On Sunday, January 19th, which was what? 11 days ago?
It looks like she's been doing it for a year now and does it once or twice a month.
How can you
advertises it on Snapchat?
How can you even think that that's gonna be like accepted? On January 19th, police in Cocoa Beach were called to a home where a large party was taking place. Cocoa Beach police said in the press release that they allegedly found more than 100 juveniles in matching T-shirts, many of whom were consuming alcohol, that were later learned to be available in coolers at the residence. Officers found one juvenile in the front lawn experiencing alcohol-related medical event.
This is pretty light on details. Are we talking about 17-year-olds? Are we talking about 14-year-olds?
I don't know.
I think it was 14 up.
Okay.
Let me look at now. It's given me a
oh Jesus, a crash page warning.
While EMTs attended to the juvenile, Hill Brogan was seen by officers. So I think is the woman. I think that's the woman's name. Is that her name? Juvenile. It doesn't give me her name yet here. It's not given her name yet. If you look, okay. Officers identified the homeowner as Roosevelt Elementary School principal Elizabeth Hill Brogan, age 47. Okay. While the EMTs attended to the juvenile, the principal was seen by officers in the driveway of a residence, turning off the outside lights and entering her residence, causing BCFR, which I'm assuming that's
Broward County Fire Rescue.
Yeah, to use auxiliary lighting on their vehicle to treat the juvenile. After police arrived, an intoxicated adult female identified as Carrie Anderson, 45.
That's the teacher.
Hey, what are you guys doing here? We're just having a party for the kids.
She's a nice big woman.
Approached officers at the scene, identifying herself as a teacher who had been at the party. Police learned that she was a teacher also at the Roosevelt Elementary School. In the following days, Cocoa Beach police detectives interviewed numerous juveniles and parents. An arrest affidavit was obtained for the principal, who is charged with child neglect, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and holding an open house party. They actually have a charge called open house party. You can't have a house party? Well, probably not with illegal
not with
activity.
children.
I mean, I think if you had adults there, and if I think Brian, you might know, but I mean, I think not that you throw a lot of house parties, but I think the way things go is like if you got a house party full of adults for a Super Bowl party or something like that, and you're getting a little bit loud, and your neighbors call the cops on you. I think the cops come by, and if you open the door up and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, officer, we'll pipe it down."
Yeah, they come in shooting if they get that call.
No, I think they come in first and just kind of give you like a courtesy warning.
I don't even know. Do they come out? I mean, I don't even
know. I don't even know. Do they even come anymore?
They'll come out for noise complaints, yeah, but I mean, they're not thrilled with it, and if you're cool about it and stop, and they see that it's not a problem, but they're looking to see if there's a problem.
Right,
I always have a live band at mine.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I got Jackal in the back. Okay, please.
Let's be honest about it.
You'd have.
They didn't stop by.
What do you mean?
I can only afford Pitbull Toddler.
Oh.
It looks like.
Gerd got him again.
No, it wasn't Gerd. It was. I can't believe you just said that. Looks like she lived on a golf course and would trash the golf course.
It gets a little.
Yeah.
Come on.
You walked into that one.
No, I didn't.
You're blaming. Bubba
that's gonna get you a text later today.
Oh, really? Will it be on the same thread that Seth's on for his comment earlier?
No, I made a mistake, Bubba, and I'll pay for it.
See, at least Seth is owning to it.
I am.
You.
That was a horrible mistake that I made, and I'll never do it again.
Me too.
No, but you doubled down. You just you just pulled one of these. One of those a few minutes ago. Now you doubled down on this.
When did I pull a few minutes ago?
You had a. It was.
You had a. You had
a thing. You said.
I don't want any. Let me just be perfectly clear so that we can clear the air.
Okay.
I don't want Mike Calta references on my airwaves.
Right.
I just don't.
Gotcha. I understand that.
It's just I don't.
I get it.
And I'm not mad at you, and
Okay.
I'm not quelling your counter programming. I'm not trying to tie your hands. You're very funny, and you don't have to go there every time. I hate that.
It's my first time in a long time getting a talking to, so I do appreciate it.
And I'm not
sorry.
I'm not giving you I'm not giving you a talking to. I just get tired of it, just because I hate that person so much. They've caused so much havoc in my life, and it's just like as I try to move on from it. My people need to move on from it as well and not use it as a cheap heater on me.
Yes, sir.
No, but don't act
No,
that
I'm not.
way.
I'm not acting anyway. You're
I'm
right.
just being completely transparent.
You're
with
right.
you.
I shouldn't have done it. I thought about it. I should have unthought about it, and it's my
and
bad.
that goes for Seth, and that goes for Lummy, and that goes for Rhett, and that goes for Macho, and that goes for Tuttle. I just don't. The Hogan stuff's funny.
Is it?
Well, it's funnier than that.
Okay.
It's funnier than that. I mean, Hogan didn't. He didn't ask for what it was. He didn't plan for what happened to happen. He didn't plan that.
No.
He didn't have a hand in my demise. I had a hand in my own demise, helped by the person that you keep mentioning. So that just really ugh.
I get you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And that's a legitimate. That's not a schmarmy, half-hearted. I apologize.
And we do know since from August 16, 2024, there was supposed to be no mentions of those people.
I'm sorry, what's that?
August 16, 2024, you made in the Bubba Law, there will be no mentions of those people.
Right.
And they're spelled out.
So, and B, I don't want you to be mad at me.
I'm not mad. No. There's 0.0. I'm not mad at you. Why would I be mad at you?
I don't want people to say that, oh, there's Bubba being a baby. Brian can't just bring. Brian can bring it. Brian can bring anything he wants. I don't tell Brian what to say. I do not. He can bring, and most of his stuff is funnier than hell. That's the particular topic that just really sticks into me and just really hurts me.
Yeah,
it's because listen, it's
not
just
cool.
It's just not the sex tape, but there's so many other working parts of that guy screwing with me or getting one over on me, and it just gets to be and you know what? I sound like a bitch now, but it's me, not you. It's not your fault at all, and it's funny. It is funny. Like that's what
I thought the joke was decent because I have them at my house party, which is kind of the level. Like it's insulting to him and his crap performance.
I understand, but
that was the point of that. But
it's now listen, genuinely, it's funny. It really is. Like and I wish it didn't bug me so bad, so that I could roll with it. But just it just really f's up my mentals.
Gotcha.
And so,
and I'm sorry, I didn't want to derail the train here.
I don't want.
Let's get back to these disgusting teachers.
I don't want you apologizing anymore. I accept your apology. We'll move forward. Just moving forward for everybody. Know that I just don't. I hate that person. That person has just whatever. And so help me help myself by not mentioning that person on the show.
Bubba, I agree, and I apologize for the mistake that I made. May I suggest a punishment for us both? Maybe you should
maybe you have to do a podcast together.
He's going to say take away the blizzard.
Yeah, but you should probably take it away.
Because, I think it should be more prevalent than ever because I don't listen, and it'll probably be most about what we're talking about right now.
It absolutely won't be about it. We first of all, one of the best programmers in the business programs this podcast for me. So my EP is top notch.
And here's the deal: why do you think I have absolutely given him 100% full creative control over the podcast world? He's the president of podcasting, and I know how talented he is, and that's why I did that. So,
and that's why he also suggested 9 other podcasts that I put into development this week as well.
Shut up.
We didn't talk about the Brian and Family podcast.
We're not. There's not going to be
she's
one.
She's not going to do
My
that.
wife has a corporate job.
But here's the deal. It's not
similar to Ashley. She's not allowed to be on
It
here.
wouldn't be because she dislikes me.
No.
It would just be because she doesn't want the publicness.
She loves Bubba, and she loved being in here for that $1.99 when she was here and all that. It's just, with her deal, she doesn't want.
Listen, she gets on here. Next thing you know, people start, doxing her and trying to make life hard on her. It's just better to be Brian's hot wife that likes the show and occasionally shows up for special events. That's Brian's wife. She does, unlike Dan's wife, I don't think she hates me. I think she likes me, as a matter of fact. Mm-hmm. I got some time. I actually spent quite a bit of time with her at the Best of the Bay Awards, an opportunity to talk to her. Probably the longest I've talked to her. And I love her, man. She's cool as hell.
She's the best.
But I think a Phoebe and Seth show might be good. I think a Bubba and the Merch Crick show might be good. Rhett said that Taylor wasn't interested in doing it, which I understand. Lummy Ashley, not because I'm at least picking up on that she doesn't hate me.
No, not at all.
She just has a corporate job that she doesn't need trolls screwing with her.
Correct.
Because the minute that you do a podcast, the minute you appear on the show on a regular basis, you get trolled.
Well, then Romina and Candle should be in line then, right? They can do it?
No, they cannot. Both.
They can't? What corporate job stopping them?
No, that's hatred.
Oh.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I was thinking about sucking my own head.
Like Virgil?
Yeah.
You're doing a Virgil?
Big time.
We just call it Virgiling. I'm gonna sit around the house and Virgil.
You're hung like that?
No, not at all. It's something I have to work hard at every day.
So you can get to it?
Huh?
Does he need a part of his pubic
No,
hair?
his pubic hair his mound is not it's not unruly. It's not bald eagle, but it's not unruly.
Good to know.
Lummy, why do you ask? Do you want to see it tomorrow?
That's what I was hoping for.
I'll
I
give
got
you
a
a whole
message
show.
from Creeds and Travis. We're all hoping to see it.
Oh man,
Maybe we could put you in a banana hammock while we're doing it.
that's fine. Whatever you guys want. Do you think that people are going to be rooting for the Chiefs because they feel bad for Kansas?
Because of the plane crash?
Yeah.
No. It was weird that he had Peo on either side of his testicles, but
what?
Peo? It's the Hasidic curls. Seth.
I don't need that visual.
Getting good cards this week, Seth?
Don't talk to me.
What?
Not till after this. Not till you guys are back on live.
I get good cards all the time.
Well, fuck you, man. Don't rub it in my face.
I buy them.
Now we're even.
I buy them. I try not to waste a lot of money on packs and shit.
Yeah, my pack days are pretty much done. I mean, occasionally I'll Jones for one and open one up.
I'm hearing rumors of a trade proposal. Packers give the Raiders cornerback Jair Alexander 2025 second round pick, 2025 fifth round pick, and the Packers receive Max Crosby and a sixth round.
Okay, no. Who proposed that? A person?
It's just on a Packer forum.
Oh, it's one of those where they do those like fan-sided blogs. They're the worst.
So
those are just crackheads like throwing ideas out.
That's crackheads throwing ideas out.
Yeah.
Max Crosby would be at least 2 first-round picks.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He's one of the top three guys in the league.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, definitely. I mean, yeah. I don't see that happening. I mean, LA, the Raiders have, they've got a limited window here to get good and compete.
Yeah, I think they're trying to win now.
Yeah, and getting rid of Max Crosby is not conducive to that because they don't exactly have a killer defensive line without him.
The Packers need a wide receiver and an edge rusher. Breaking news from Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are signing Mike Evans to a 2-year extension.
It looks like Matt Crosby was trying to get out of the Raiders, so he was requesting a trade. But it looks like now with Pete Carroll being there, he said he wants to stay.
Evans got another extension.
So I mean, there
Legion
was
of Boom.
Yeah, I mean there was a.
Yeah, I think Evans' thing is to so they can rework his deal.
That makes sense.
Because when you extend them, you can free up money, and they need money.
Put it toward the back.
Yeah.
So I sent you that audio file to your email.
Okay, thank you.
To your Bubba Army HQ one.
Yeah, because he was only under contract for this upcoming season, and then they had 3 voided years with essentially 13, 4.3, and 4.3 million cap hits. So by reworking that, they can push those voided years back even further. He'll be a lifer.
Who will be?
Mike Evans. I don't see him playing for another team.
Oh, I don't either. He'll be a Derek Brooks, Mike Olstott.
Yeah.
There's not been a lot of them. We
No.
shipped Doug Williams off. We shipped Vinny off. We shipped Warren off. We shipped...
Broadcasting live from the Aquabeto studios.
Aquabeto.com/Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. After today's show, be looking for the Blizzard podcast starring the Babyface and, of course, Seth Kushner, engineered by and produced by Seth Kushner. And I just want everybody to, I just want to go on record by saying that, I apologize if me asking to stay away from a certain topic feels as if I'm trying to censor people, because I'm not. Let's jump in and close this beast of a story out.
Yeah.
KCRA. This is female teacher. So I usually find female teachers that sleeps with like the captain of the football team pretty hot, but the teacher's got to be hot, not a hog.
Nice piercing.
An high school English teacher is accused of having a sexual relationship with a student in Monterey County.
Anytime there's a case that involves a juvenile.
Okay.
Here we go. All right.
This goes to the top of our list.
Monterey County Sheriff Tina Nieto says her office recently learned of the sexual misconduct between the 25-year-old teacher and a male student. That conduct, Nieto says, occurred while Mika Yoneda worked as a teacher at North Monterey County High School.
This is something we don't tolerate in Monterey.
Man, I just can't take her serious as being the sheriff.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
County.
And what kind of community? Well, okay.
Look at her. She's Grady Jugs over there.
She is Grady Jugs. Oh! She does Grady Jugs. That's great.
And so my
if I was giving out the belt, Lummy, I'd give it to. If I knew Brian wanted the belt, if that came from Dan Diaco, he'd get the belt right now. But Brian doesn't want the belt.
No, you can give it to Dan.
I'm not giving it to Dan by proxy from your funniness. Okay,
right.
I'm sorry.
You
got to earn it.
Initial investigation, they discovered, they believe that this did occur. We had enough probable cause to go out and we arrested Mika. And she's being held on a $1.5 million bail.
Wow. Woo. Brian, is that a big bail? $1.5 million?
For a school teacher? That is massive.
For just a blasting?
For a blasting. Yeah, that's pretty big.
Wow. Does that mean you got to come up with $1.50?
She may have a prior, which I don't know how she's teaching. That's a big number.
$1.5 million? That's what they put on murderers.
Following the
Grady Jugs
arrest, the North Monterey County Unified School District shared a statement with district families, reading in part, The reported incidents, which occurred during the 2022-23 school year and on campus, represent a serious breach of trust and are in no way reflective of the values or standards we uphold as a district. In Yolo County, a spokesperson for the Woodland Joint Unified School District says Yoneda is on administrative leave. And while they don't believe any Woodland students are connected to the investigation, the district is working with the sheriff's.
So they're saying that maybe the kid graduated?
This happened
2 years ago.
almost 3 years ago. Yeah.
Two or three academic years ago.
Yeah.
So they're saying that the student in question isn't there now.
Office in Monterey.
So that means that she was, the student was at least probably 16, 17.
Yeah.
As they continue to investigate.
Right now in the
But she is a beast. Yeah.
investigation, this is the only
Here's Grady Jugs.
victim that we're aware of. But if anybody has any additional information,
We'd love to pile it on so we can give her a $5 million bond.
Because we're going to continuously work on this case, please step forward. We need to find out if there are more victims out there.
In Woodland, Leanne Denyer, KCRA 3 News.
The sheriff's office says Oneida
what's up, Shorty?
also worked as a private tutor while teaching at North Monterey County High School. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Monterey County Sheriff's Office.
If I had messed around with that beast, I wouldn't be calling and saying that I did. I just because of just because of the beastness.
Yeah.
You're not admitting to that.
No, we've all been with beasts. We all have. We've all been with girls that we probably wouldn't want our boys to see us with.
Everybody I've got two that I'm like about, but they weren't tragic.
Mine were never tragic. I had a couple tragic ones in my career. Let me. This is St. Louis. By the way, the guy that used to be the head coach at Indiana State.
He's at St. Louis.
He's with St. Louis, and I think this happened at a St. Louis basketball game.
Yeah.
And he's got them 12-8. What's Indiana State? You said like 9-14.
Yeah, 9-12, 9-13.
Now is this?
This is in the stands. This is some fans going at it.
He's choking the guy. He's choking the old man.
What, Lum?
He's choking the old man.
Stands.
Oh, wow.
And the police officers and the security have come over and tried to help out almost immediately to slow it all down.
Just an ugly end into a really good game.
Yeah, it's terrible.
What's this shot? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, all the players are looking up. The coaches are looking up. People have their.
Who's VCU?
Virginia Commonwealth University.
Oh, okay.
They're the Rams.
By the way, they're 16-4.
Shaka Smart still there?
They're 16-4.
Which in this day and age is not a shock.
By the VCU bench.
Oh, they're really having a tough time. They really are having a tough time of making sure that this is stopped. Once it started piling on the stairwell, it was hard to peel it back.
My goodness. You got to get that under control.
Now there's another fight that broke out from the original fight.
They're like wildfires, Bubba.
In college basketball.
The wind's blowing right. You can get some embers to spark up another deal.
On any sports venue, for that matter.
At all.
And good showing by St. Louis. Want to make sure we end this with class.
Yeah, it's never really that important to have this happen at any kind of a game.
No question.
We don't know what was said, what started it.
Again, St. Louis was winning the basketball game, and
that guy looks upset.
If you go back a little bit, the first initial guy, if you go back just a little bit
from here,
yeah, right. Keep going back. See that guy toward the bottom. If you can let it play now. And then pause it in a second.
What started
they
it?
Show the guy's neck right there. See that guy's neck? That was the guy. He was bleeding all up and down his neck.
This guy right
I see.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this guy was bleeding.
That was the one in the beginning when you saw the guy getting choked out.
Now, he looks like he's pretty cool. He's like, hey buddy.
Again, St. Louis is winning the basketball game. And
that looks like Pantera.
I was going to say, I knew it looked like one of your guys.
The right way.
How can you get that excited over a Virginia Commonwealth versus St. Louis basketball
Have you seen A-10 basketball lately, Bubba?
No.
It's off the chain.
Yeah, you can tell.
I bet that guy thinks he's an alpha.
He does.
I bet you he needs to buy some alpha when it's available.
Oh, is it coming?
It's coming soon.
Coming soon?
I didn't get a chance to even get into this. Our local congressional representative, what's her name, Ana Luna Polina, is proposing a bill to put Donald Trump on Mount Rushmore.
These people are insane.
You are insane.
These people are absolutely nuts.
Idiot. That should get her thrown out of office immediately.
Her and Nancy Pelosi.
Like the guy, too, that tried to get rid of term limits for presidents.
I think
so that Trump can run again.
I think all four heads should be Trump.
I've got to poop so bad. I got to go. Blizzard's going to be recorded next. We'll see you tomorrow. It'll be Friday. Woo! Thank you, babyface.
Thank you, Bubba. Love you.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Seth, co-host and president of podcasting.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter programming.
Rhett, the filthy ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.